starting at Real Madrid, not Casemiro in Man U anyways, they can offer you that. So I think they have a blend of what is required to hold that midfield and not choking so many persons. Because if you're shooting to the three-man back line, so you're looking at who starts. You're looking at what's his name? Guehi.
I think Guehi is injured anyway.
He's injured.
He's going to be absent for that. So John Stones will do that.
You're looking at Stones, Konsa. Are you going to move Kyle Walker to play as a centre back? I think that's not going to be advisable. Maybe not entirely suicidal, but it's not going to be advisable.
This is Joe Gomez.
I have Joe Gomez there.
You can play as a centre back and as a full back.
So you play Joe Gomez there. You now have in the middle. You now have maybe Kyle Walker on one side, Kieran Trippier on the other side, contributing to the midfield, and they now bring in Kobe Mainu, Jude Bellingham, and Declan Rice, because in most cases you wouldn't want to start Cole Palmer, and then up front you can have how many players did I mention? Kieran Trippier. Okay, that's a 5-man midfield. So Declan Rice, Kobe Mainu, Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker, that's 4, and then you can play 3 up front: Saka, Foden, and Harry Kane. That's if you really want to hold the midfield and also have a level of shield. Now in that sense, you don't have a creator because you have a Declan Rice and Kobe Mainu playing together. So you are practically depending on Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier to create from the wings. You are practically depending on what Phil Foden does, what Bukayo Saka does. But Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden can come in at times, allowing Kieran Trippier to advance. So he comes into the midfield and acts as a creator when they are trying to create an advance forward. It reminds me of a typical Jurgen Klopp team back in the days where Jurgen Klopp would basically have steel. I used to call it the steel. There's what I used to use for it. But what you have there now bone food, they practically have steel in that midfield. No creator, but when you know what, more like a mechanical midfield. So when you know what Andrew Robertson can do on one side and Trent can do on one side, then you are scared. You understand? So it reminds me, so is that what you're trying to do? Which is okay. Or are you trying to accommodate Ole Watkins to come in and partner with Harry Kane? That means you're going to sacrifice one of Phil Foden or Bukayo Saka, although that also depends on who you choose to start. So I don't really think
I'm actually looking at the proposed lineup. The game will be up by 5 p.m. and there's a proposed lineup already, having players being fielded in that 3-4-2-1 formation. Jordan Pickford in goal. Then the 3-man back line, you've got a Kyle Walker with a John Stones and an Enzri Konsa. Those are the 3 men behind. Then you've got your wing back, where Kieran Trippier is operating from the right-hand side, and there's a Bukayo Saka from the left-hand side. I don't know why now Bukayo Saka has moved from an advanced forward to a wing back, but that's a discussion.
He played as a wing back on Arsene Wenger.
In Arsenal. But he has made a name for himself as an advanced forward. So sending him back to a wing back, fine. That's Gareth Southgate to tell us that one. Then in the midfield, there's a Kobe Mainu pairing with the Declan Rice as holding midfielders, maybe one a box to box and the other a holding midfielder. Then up front there is Jude Bellingham and a Phil Foden having that free role right there with Harry Kane in front of them. That's making that 3-4-2-1 formation there. That should be the proposed lineup to see how England will line up against or will come out against a Switzerland.
So you have a diamond front line where there is Foden,
there is Jude
Bellingham, and then
Harry Kane in front.
Now these guys, Whoa, interesting.
You see how difficult it is to be a coach. So you're sitting here and you're saying there are Nigerian coaches that say now you see just a simple 3-4-2-1 formation.
What am I
giving
saying?
to you. You don't have cobwebs.
I am saying that Nigeria has blessed us with varieties of coaches. What's wrong with that? Appreciating what I have.
But now you're finding it difficult to understand what Southgate has put out.
Yes, I can find it difficult to understand what Southgate has put out. I can equally find it difficult to understand what any coach has put out. Does not mean I don't appreciate the varieties we have in Nigerian coaches. So,
okay.
I'm thinking Jude Bellingham. Okay, he dare not switch. He dare not drift to the wing. Because you're going to need to leave enough space for Kieran Trippier to operate. So you're going to play a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Phil Foden will play deeper.
Yeah. So that's
Phil Foden knows how to. Phil Foden is okay. Jude Bellingham should be more comfortable. Will be more comfortable playing deeper than Phil Foden. Because Phil Foden sometimes at Man City can play from the wing.
But maybe that's gonna at some point bring that switch between himself and Bukayo Saka.
But the disadvantage there is that Phil Foden will not drop as Saka will drop. You understand? So that's the disadvantage there. But the difficulty I'm having is why he chose a diamond attack, a front line. That's the difficulty of it, because you could practically play a 4-4-3, a 3-4-3 formation and leave it like that. Bring natural wingers. If you want to use, I don't know. I think I understand what he's trying to do.
Okay.
I think what he's trying to do in all this is you need to get past this level. So you need to shore up everywhere you need to shore up, and there's no better way to shore up anything than to have Declan Rice and Kobe Mainoo in that midfield. So find a way to accommodate both of them.
All right.
Just accommodate both of them and then make sure that everything is sealed, and then still have options for creativity.
Okay.
Bukayo Saka can create from any point. Phil Foden can create. I can't say much about Jude Bellingham as a creator in that position. Then looking out for Harry Kane. Although this is a proposed lineup, it might not exactly be what's going to come out by 4 o'clock.
That's why I said it's a proposed one.
So, but all in all, the only thing I can pick out of it is that you have Declan Rice and Kobe Mainoo to hold that midfield,
meaning there's going to be some stability in that midfield.
Yes, in that midfield, have that stability, and that's why he want to switch to a 3-man back line. I just pray that Kyle Walker does not forget himself
and go forward. I think that's one of the problems he talking about Gareth Southgate definitely faced in switching into this one, because Guehi is not there. Guehi would have been a more formidable part of that back line, but if Guehi was to be there, then it would have been Guehi, Stones, and maybe Kwanzaa.
Then, why does that's the thing. What you have natural centre backs. Why don't you use natural centre? Because I'm thinking you're going to limit. Okay. Well, with one creativity, does Kawaka create much from the wing as a wing back? Maybe compared to, because Kieran Trippier can create, Saka can create. Maybe that's what I don't think Waka creates much going forward.
All right.
Waka is very stable. Yes, he can equally advance forward and sending those crosses, but it may not exactly want to compare him offensively to maybe the likes of Robertson, for instance, or the likes of Trent, when Trent operates from that position for Liverpool in terms of that creativity. So probably that's why what he's thinking, since you still need to have Kawaka in that field for that experience that he brings, switch him to a centre back. Else I would have said, I wanted to say that is you're going to limit what you can get from Kawaka from that side, because if, let's say that the Swiss national team choose to go for their usual 3-man back line as well, then you're going to have Yoma and Abisha to contend with.
All right.
And you will need that experience of Kawaka from that flank defensively. But all in all, I don't know.
You actually made mention of why not use people in their natural positions, and I think I'll ask Southgate that question when it has to do with Saka playing from the left wing back when you have a certain fit Luke Shaw. And let's see what Southgate has to tell me.
Well, Kieran Trippier's been absolutely outstanding for us. So Luke is available. He's available to start. But Kieran has also done a brilliant job for the team. He obviously doesn't give us that balance that a natural left footer can give you, but his leadership, his communication on the pitch, if you ask any of the wingers that play with him or the players that play alongside him, his talking is phenomenal, and it helps them to play the game. It's a much undervalued quality, and it's a bit of a dying art, really. Good talkers on the pitch, you can't have enough of them. He has exceptional qualities in that area as well as some quality on the ball. So yeah, he's adapted and done a brilliant job for us.
Okay, that was what Southgate said there. There is a fit Luke Shaw, who is a natural left back, and he's saying Bukayo Saka has contributed many things for the Three Lions of England as regards that position. He did switch into that point and was able to still deliver. So maybe that's the reason why he prefers a Bukayo Saka at that point over a natural Luke Shaw. I hope it pays for him, Benjamin.
Well, the English national team have been used to playing three at the back. When Gareth Southgate actually came, they played three at the back. Even at the Euros, the World Cup, it's a way of choking that midfield, compacting. The man actually, when he plays this kind of formation, this is actually a defensive formation where, when you are attacking, you tend to choke the midfield. You tend to play. You're attacking. The fullbacks have width. They can actually run with the width. And you look at Kieran Trippier. I think the man loves running. It's part of his job. Kyle Walker is a runner, but at this point in time, Kyle Walker needs to sit deep as part of those centre-back partnership, and it's like limiting him. Well, like you said, I hope the man doesn't fall into that temptation of running, because Kyle Walker is that man that loves running. But I think using players in a natural position, like you said, it's like Trent Alexander-Arnold being a midfielder in his young days, academy days, and then coming to play right back almost all his professional career life, and then at some point bringing him into the midfield. The man will have lost at some point. He needs to be caught. He has to be caught off possession, like we've seen it in most games, especially these Euros where he played. Though the statistics actually favored him, but the truth is, well, the likes of Bukayo Saka has actually played in that position, like I rightly said earlier. The man has played that in that left wing back position under Arsene Wenger, and the man it's a position that the man is used to. But when last did you play that position? That's one thing, and I hope it pays off for England, because they have to choke that midfield to give a balance. Because you look at the Swiss midfield, a certain Granit Xhaka is there, and since Xhaka turned 30, the man has been instrumental in both club and country. We saw what he did in the colours of Bayer Leverkusen, now moving to bringing that same form into the Swiss national team. The man has been awesome. But let's see how these things turn out. But one thing that is key is that the English national team want to fight to get that midfield. That's why they've choked that midfield. And you look at the midfield, it's one of those strong points where you'd have to hold high. If you hold that strong point, try and cage Granit Xhaka, the ball doesn't get to the likes of Mbolo. It's another added advantage for you. So I think Gareth Southgate is a smart move for Gareth Southgate to change the formation. Yes, it's formation that they've been used to, but when last did they play this formation? The players are now shaping their minds and self to now getting used to playing the back four. Now you're switching it to the back three. Well, it's not new for most of them, but the truth is this: I feel they are going to struggle in the early hours of the game, early minutes of the game, because it's something that they've not get that it's been long. Yeah, they've not been doing it for a while. But after that early nervousness, I think they are going to come into the game toe to toe with the Swiss national team. For me, I think it's about England chances are going to come.
All right.
When you're playing this kind of formation, we saw what the Italian national team did with that 3-man backline, where we had to see Federico Di Marco buzzing around that left wing, seeing what's his name, Di Lorenzo taking that right wing. I think that's a similar thing that we are going to see. They are going to be compact in terms of defending, and when they're attacking, they're going to hit on counter. I think it's going to work for the English national team.
All right. Benjamin did talk about choking that midfield, meaning there is going to be a strong midfield battle here. And Gareth Southgate has actually opted for a much of shake-up. He has changed formation. Some personnel have left where they traditionally play and they've moved over. But there is one thing he's still sticking with, an unfiring or a less firing or a subpar performing Harry Kane up front. Isn't it high time we started seeing an Ole Watkins talking about Ole Watkins based on the fact that he ended the season on a very high note? Now, if we can't make a case for Jude Bellingham, if we can't make a case for a certain Cole Palmer, because, okay, fine, the midfield is choked and you need to control it, you need stability, and maybe Cole Palmer is more or less of that midfielder with the flair and may not contribute into that holding and attacking, defensive setup you want. But up forward, we've got a Harry Kane. Yeah, he's the captain, he's the OG, he's the one they all look up to. But in a game like this, which is make or mare, which you need a performance, just like a lot of callers did say, and some of us right here did say that Ronaldo should have maybe come from the bench. Don't you think Gareth Southgate should have also maybe put forward a faster, a quicker Ole Watkins as against a Harry Kane, and maybe have Harry Kane come in when the stakes have come down a bit, or the urgency or the agility or whatever you want to call it has actually come down a bit, Nelson?
This is the same factor we're talking about Ronaldo and the Portugal team. The factor is always there because he's a legend of England national team. That's why he's been put ahead of people that are in form. This is one thing that coach mentality should stop, especially Gareth Southgate. He always had this mentality of putting who you want based on the fact that the guy is a legend or a veteran in the sport. There are likes of Ole Watkins, likes of Ivan Toney, who are very good forward, very good strikers. Compared to Harry Kane. Harry Kane has not contributed a lot in this World Cup, in this Euros, sorry to say, and he had not give us that flair that we had in the past days of the Harry Kane we knew before. But you still insist of starting him in place of Ole Watkins, who is in good form for Aston Villa, and the likes of Ivan Toney, who just came back and is ready to play football. So I think I would say maybe it's the fact that these players have the kind of, because they are put their name out there as legends, so it does feel awkward to put them out of it or sideline them from the matches. Let's come to local scene. Osimhen was playing in the AFCON. They have the likes of people in the bench, Victor Boniface and the rest on the bench. But still, they had to put Victor Boniface because they had to put Osimhen because he's the kind of veteran in the sport. He knows what to do. He has the kind of flair to give a danger to the defense side. So I think Southgate is just using this as a mechanism to give a scare to the defense line of the Switzerland team that Harry Kane is here. You know what he can do. He can score goals.
But he has scored two goals.
He has scored
already.
2 goals, exactly. So
what I'm actually saying is definitely you just got to that point. Since you're having those shake-ups now, they talking about Switzerland definitely will be expecting a Harry Kane to start.
Yeah.
If I were to be Southgate, maybe I would have disabused their mind by bringing in an Ole Watkins when they expect a Harry Kane, then bringing a Harry Kane when they don't expect him, and let's see if more goals will come from Harry Kane. Because talking about Harry Kane, forget about it, age is not actually a problem. He has scored 2 goals. He's amongst the highest goal scorers are 3. He's just 1 goal short. So it's not as if he's not really turning in performances. He did save them and pull them to this point where they are. Talking about the last game, he scored that 2nd goal in extra time that gave them the qualification to come to this quarterfinal stage. But that's what I'm just looking at, is that shake-up, that switch. Let's say when they expect a Harry Kane, and you've seen him, you bring in a Watkins that can burn energy.
Yeah.
Then you bring in a Harry Kane when the energy from the opponents are down.
No, the lineup is not out yet. No official lineup is out yet, but it would be nice to bring in an Watkins or an Ivan Toney to the setup, because you want to play in the minds of your opponents now. They expect to see Harry Kane, because whether we like it or not, every team goes to the locker room or goes to before a match to see that player that is a threat to them and find a way to nullify those players. So I think if Southgate can just come into a different approach, bringing in the likes of Ivan Toney or Oli Watkins, I think it will be good. But Southgate will always be Southgate. He always bring in what everybody expects him to bring, which is Harry Kane.
All right, let's head to the phone lines right now. 5 p.m. is the time for the start of the game between England, the Three Lions of England, and Switzerland. Now, it's already out that coach of England, Gareth Southgate, is going to be switching to a back three from what he has been playing from the beginning of this tournament. Number one, do you think it's going to work out for Gareth Southgate? In the middle of a tournament, that switch, do you think it's going to work? Yeah, it did work in 2018 when they played at the World Cup. That got them to the semi-finals where they finished fourth. And he thinks going back to it should lead them also into the semi-finals this term in the Euros 2024. Do you think it's going to work out for Gareth Southgate? And so many players like Bukayo Saka going to wing back against a natural Luke Shaw. Does that stand in well? Does it go in well for you? And what's your take alone? What you could let me know your take on the game between England and Switzerland. Would England be going into the semi-finals against Switzerland, who have been in a very, very good form? Or do you see the Swedes causing or pulling an upset against England? 0817-0000-951. 0810-951-0951. Hit me up and let me know what you think. England up against Switzerland. England up against Switzerland. With all the changes from Gareth Southgate, what's your thoughts? What's your take? Can England pull through into the semi-finals? You could also be part of the conversation from the SMS and the WhatsApp portal by dropping a line or two to the SMS and WhatsApp portal. And the number is 0701-933-9962. Hello, caller. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please. They greet you too. Name?
My name is Favor.
Okay, Favor. Welcome back.
Okay, well, talking about the England formation, switching to a back three is not a problem because I know that they have played back three before.
Oh, so sorry there. We lost you. Please do well to call back. Do well to call back and conclude on your thoughts there. I think that's Favor. Do well to call back and conclude on your thoughts. We lost you there. That should be network 0817-0000-951. 0810-951-0951. Those are the numbers to call to talk to me right now. Let me know your thoughts. The game between England and Switzerland, it's going to be starting that's by 5 p.m. in a couple of hours, about an hour and call it 11 minutes from now. And what's reaching us is some shake-up. England will be switching to a back three. How do you see this playing out for the Three Lions of England? Can it bring result against an informed Switzerland? Or do you think it's going to be detrimental, changing this formation in the middle of the tournament? Let us know your thoughts. And Bukayo Saka is going to be playing from the left side of wing-back. Do you see that as something that should be, as well as Harry Kane? Do you think a shake-up should come up in front? Let's hear you. Hello, caller. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome back, Favor. Go ahead.
Well, talking about the England formation, like I said, they have played this three-man backline at the 2018 World Cup and at the 2020 Euros. So it will be no new strange formation for them. Then talking about the players changing position, I think if I was Southgate, if I am moving Bukayo Saka to be a wing back, then that should be able to accommodate Kopama to the team. Because I'm thinking that maybe at least if Foden that has not had a fantastic tournament, I think that he should be dropped. Since they are doing a major shake-up, Foden should be dropped. Then Palmer should be. There are two players that I want them to be cleared.
Okay.
A Palmer and a Watkins, or a Palmer and a Brechiese.
Okay.
Those are players that should be included if they want to do a major shake-up. Because without those two players, I don't think that, because the Swiss side, we have Ndoye as the wingback who is very fast and can attack and defend. We also have Bagat. So the Switzerland, they also have fast players that we can attack. And Brembolo is very versatile in that front side. So I think the Swiss side will really cause his English side a very great problem because at the middle of the park, they are very experienced. You have
Granit Xhaka, Remo Freuler.
with the young lads, Abisia and the other guy that's coming to the free. So I think that they have everything, and their defense is very stable, more than even the English backline. We have Akanji, Papiache, and Ricardo Rodriguez. And they also have a very experienced shotstopper in Jan Sommer. So I think that for me, I'm seeing Switzerland going through. I'm seeing the edge in England.
All right.
Maybe at full time they will play 0-0, but Switzerland will be winning them either by extra time or by penalty.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Favor there for your call. Let's look at the WhatsApp portal. This one says, your last caller lacks facts in his speech. He should bring his facts. Ronaldo and Messi have set records that will take years to break. Messi has made many trophies. No photocopy. Should check his facts. Skillful Pero is my name from Eche. Skillful Pero, thank you so much there for your message coming from the WhatsApp portal. This one from the SMS portal says, do you know that I was never motivated to watch last season? Player to player, nobody can do anything to make me shout, wow. That's why when I heard some of you say, for instance, that Chelsea should go and buy a proven striker, I keep asking myself, where is the proven striker? This is coming from Prosper from Alo. Prosper, thank you so much there for your call. From the SMS portal also, this one says, Reliance interview goes thus. You talk about the Guavon style of play. What is a Guavon style of play? Do you know, Guardiola? You keep the edge, but it's a combination of the two. I love your show, man. Play me the interview from Bomi Bami in Emiri Popo. So sorry, I don't know if I murdered your name there, but if I did, I'm really, really so sorry. But thank you so much for your SMS there. This one says, hi, good afternoon. I feel England will not go through, but it will be a go match. You're carrying us to where we don't know at this point in time. But thank you so much for your SMS there. The phone lines are still open. You could be part of the conversation. We're looking at the game between England and Switzerland. Let us know your take. Would it be Switzerland going through to the semi-finals, or would it be England? There is a major shake-up in the formation put forward by Gareth Southgate. 3-4-2-1 formation, 3 men at the back. Kyle Walker, John Stones and Enzri Konza, the 3 men at the back. And we've got wing backs in Bukayo Saka and Kieran Trippier, with Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden having that free role to play deep. Do you think this could bring changes? It could change the fortunes for the 3 Lions of England. They've not had a stellar performance this Euros 2020. They've just been like the French national team. Baz, and they are finding their way into the semi-finals. Do you know the French national team have not scored any open play goal? It's a record now. You match your way into the semi-finals without scoring an open play goal. It's either your opponent score for you or you score a penalty. Reliance, your people.
They're my people. I want to kind of come and put it on top of my head now. How did I think was it 2019 AFCON? South Africa was averaging a goal per face. Group phase. They scored just 1 goal.
All right.
They got to the quarters. Was it round of 16 in the 2019?
2010
okay, guys, but let's head to the phone lines and listen to this caller. Hello, caller, welcome. Good afternoon to you.
My brother will be good afternoon.
We greet you. Name, location, and submission.
Kojo on the line.
Kojo, welcome. Go ahead.
Let me take after one of your commentators, one of you in the studio. The same thing that's we get England to finals.
Okay.
You know, just like a typical Nigerian team, not very coordinated, not very, technical.
But they get to the finals.
They will get the result. And to bench Hurricane would be a major mistake. In fact, if it so happens, before even the whistle goes, the half of British fans will be demoralized. A 9-month pregnant Hurricane should be inside that team so as to inject fear in the opposing team.
Okay.
I cannot see how I think it's Switzerland.
Yes, please.
We win in England, no matter who is there.
They did beat the defending. They did beat the defending champion Italy. So that's something you should take to note.
Yes, but England. Remember that England they are the founders of football game. At the end of the day, maybe you could a god of soccer.
Okay.
Would be on the side, but I can't see them going home today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much there for your call. The phone lines are still open. You could be part of the conversation. You could react to any of the talking points that we've had right from the beginning. We talked about the game between Germany and Spain. We talked about a lot of players. Toni Kroos also in that mix. Antonio Rudiger in that mix. You could let us know what you feel coming from that game. We also talked about the second game, which is Portugal up against France. And we sampled the likes of Pepe and Cristiano Ronaldo trying to close the curtain on their contributions in the European Championship and how much we will be missing them and how well they have gone or they have done for themselves. Yes, we looked at that and you could still contribute to that. And right now we're looking at the game between England and Switzerland. A change in formation, a change in the setup, but what is still yet to change is the results. Hello, caller. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Rihanna.
They greet you. Name, location, and submission.
My name is Junior. I'm the younger brother of Favor calling from Milwaukee.
Junior, younger brother of Favor. You want to banter your brother?
No.
All right, go ahead.
Just as he has said, I totally agree with him. But on a lighter note, I will still change some narrative that he said. I know, despite the English team are not playing fantastic, you know, what they say that some people say you play good football and you don't win anything. What is the end product? So the English football, they don't play the kind of swagger or stylish football like the Swiss. But I do think that they can edge the Swiss out based on their experience.
Okay.
But although my mind is telling me that the Swiss will still win them, but I don't want to conclude. I don't want to agree with my mind. Then talking about yesterday's game, I called on your show and I said that Spain were going to beat Germany, and it happened. If not of their Luis de la Fonte removing Nico Williams and Yair Nama, I think that Spain would have won. Removing those two players gave Germany the ability and the mind to attack Spain because they were not facing any pressure.
Okay.
Miguel Ozeba don't have pressure like Nico Williams, or Ferran Torres don't have the kind of pace like or the tricky of Nico Williams.
All right.
So I think they have to thank their stars that Mikel Moreno saved them in the extra time. Because I mean, if they had scored that goal, I would have Germany would have won them in penalty shootouts.
Okay.
And as for Portugal, it was great to see Ronaldo. At least yesterday he did not miss penalty. He scored his penalty kick. So nobody was blaming that he missed penalty. That's why Portugal had the younger lads that I feel like they should give him a chance. It was still them that missed the penalty. So nobody should say that Ronaldo should be allowed the younger ones. The younger ones are not stepping up. So they should still call on the great of the great to be doing what they know how to do best. As for Ronaldo and Messi, they will still remain the great of the great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much there for your call. The phone lines are still open. You could be part of the conversation at any point in time. Alex, where are you going to? Are you going to watch the game, or are you going to prepare for the game between England and Switzerland? The callers they've been giving me their take on this particular one. I believe you should also have your take, Alex.
Well, if I want England to win or lose,
who do you want to win? And who do you think will win? England will win.
Yeah, they should just.
Are you telling us because you are convinced that Southgate has changed formation that will work, or you're
because
telling
of
us
the Christmas tree formation? Not really, but
the Christmas tree formation fired shots.
You know Guardiola.
Alex.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just feel England should just win on this one.
All right. England should win on this one. All right. Let's hear from the callers if that's what they feel. Hello, caller. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. Yes, this should be Simon. Simon, is that you?
Yes.
All right, Simon, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me start from Germany yesterday.
Okay.
Do you know what happened to Germany in this tournament?
No, go ahead.
German national team don't have a proper number 9.
Okay.
And the worst German national team from the history, they always play with a proper number 9. You know, so the thing now is just affecting their team very, very well. Let me compare them with my team, Arsenal.
All right.
The reason why Arsenal did not win league this season is because Arsenal don't have a functional proper number 9. Because if you watch some of the matches that will drop points, the matches that we don't supposed to drop points, the wingers step up. But some matches will swallow the wingers. Some matches will swallow the attacking midfielders.
that match is the only person that can deliver you in that match will be the proper number 9, just as Man City are doing. Against Tottenham. Because I knew that it was that Tottenham match that gave Man City that lead. You see as Haaland step up that day and score. If Haaland did not play that match that day, Man City wouldn't have won that match. And Arsenal would end up winning that match. So, it is supposed to have a proper, because sometimes, you saw this first 9, it doesn't work in all matches. And that is what exactly, imagine, Havertz is the one that is an attacking for playing that role for Germany. And all of us know Havertz now. He's a good player, but they are just possible in Arsenal. You understand? So if Germany like tomorrow, if they continue like that, although this is national team cannot go and manufacture a player. If God bless you with that player, you have the player. But if God don't bless you with it, He can only do with whatever you have. So that is exactly what affected Germany.
All right. That will be all. All right. Thank you so much there for your call. I've got Henry right here in the house. Henry, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. Or more like good evening and.
It's actually evening. Henry, we're looking at England up against Switzerland. There's so much of a shake-up coming from the English setup. Gareth Southgate has decided to go for a 3-man back line. How would this be? Are we going to be seeing a different England? They've been a shadow of themselves coming from the beginning of this tournament. Does this mean that we're going to be seeing the England that can go all the way to win the Euros?
It depends. Look, I remember I was saying before we did go, or you did come into the studio, that somehow they always find themselves in the easiest parts of the draw. I don't know how they do it. There's a mathematics. I know 2018 World Cup, they actually did do the maths and tried as much as possible to avoid Brazil and lost to Belgium in that last group game.
So you're trying to tell us that there are permutations and combinations that they do with some sort of calculus that puts them in a very easy route.
Immediately the draws are done, the routes are out. So where and who and who.
But there's probability, but you have to play to suit that probability. So that means you could say the poor group stage performance is so that they can jump into this point where they are.
I mean, you have to look at it and say that they would have looked at it and they would have said, yeah, definitely finishing top of your group, we'll find ourselves in this slot. And if you look at the other permutations, because of now there's a best loser slot now, the permutations become more complicated. But if you look at it, it's most likely this team will be here, this team will be here. Probably they didn't fathom Netherlands being where they are. It could have probably been Austria, they would have probably looking at. I mean, Netherlands find themselves in that line, because that would have probably been the easier of the two. Even looking at the teams that could have actually made it through to that side. I mean, Italy, Switzerland. If Switzerland didn't make it, it would have either be Hungary or Scotland. You look at Italy, it would have either be Croatia or Albania. You look at who did they play? Slovakia. I mean, if it wasn't Slovakia, it might as well have been what's their name? Romania or Ukraine. Okay. These are games they should win. Netherlands, Austria. So I mean, it just somehow it's their luck this time around as regards the Euros. Last Euros, they played easier countries getting through to the finals. But, I mean, it's just... Henry, let's just say it's just their luck.
If what you're saying is true, Henry, that's to say that if Gareth Southgate has put in this time in looking at his structure, he will be where Spain is at this point.
I mean, no, sometimes not, but... Look, Spanish national team has been phenomenal this Euros. They've been fantastic. They've been exhilarating. And truth be told, there's been no other better side, or there's been no side that has come close to what the Spanish national team has actually done so far this Euros. But the English national team side, I think is beyond permutation. I think Southgate has a lot of work to do. The formation has changed. We're waiting to see how it actually translates to performances on the pitch. But, I mean, we just wait and see. But so far, England, we wait to see what actually happens against Switzerland when they do get to play by the 5 o'clock hour. We're closely, or just about 54 minutes away from that time in which they will actually do that. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. My name is Stephen Boom, calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, Steve, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk about this England team. I'm sorry, I have a soft spot for them, but unfortunately it's not working their way. But at least they are in the semi-finals. They are going to a semi-final today. I like them because they have this individual creative players, and that's why I like a team. That is the Portugal team. They have those creative players who can turn a team. But as football being a teamwork, one of these things can always happen. So, as England playing today, they have that stuff. But to combine themselves to make a result is their problem. But individual creativity, they have it. So Switzerland, did I say, let's go for the key. Man defense, let's go for the key. Go to the left, go to the south. That's what they are doing, and that's keeping them on. But this England player, I wish. Bellingham, I think so we have a one match and doesn't hold. The one match particular to hold.
The one match is not. It's at any other European competition during the year. So he's free to play the European Championship till the end of till England.
He's playing today.
That goes out or wins. Yes.
Okay, that's good. At least that's a motivation. It's a good motivation for them. So let them just pick it up, pick up their small assists, their small this. But I wish this man was in that team. Look sharp. Because it's a one left fullback that motivates the attacking spot any given time. This person, those clips and all those things, just so self-not informed. He's so lazy and very dull. So I fear that I'm afraid of that. After that, they are defense. So can walk, I cannot do everything. Sometimes even leaving that is right to go to the left. You cannot, you'll be exhausted. So I wish they could hold that as I put that for to do.
Okay.
So yeah. So I wish them the best.
Okay, thank you very much, Steve, for that one. Yeah, well, England are going to take on Switzerland by 5 p.m. and we'll give you at least live updates as regards the first half of that game before we get to run out of the studio. But I mean, we're looking at the English national side and asking ourselves or asking the question: can they do it? Can they reject formation or reject team from Gareth Southgate actually make a big difference for the Three Lions of England? Let's see if we can take one or two more calls before we get to run into Nigerian football. 0817-0000951 and 0810-9510951. We will give you updates as regard what is going to happen there in Germany between the game between Switzerland and the Three Lions of England. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Chief Beke calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, Chief Beke, please go ahead.
Yes, about the England game. England will beat Switzerland. I want the coach to start Bertie and Kopama. So it will give him a positive result to score goal on the field of play instead of their barren games that they have been playing. That is it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief Beke. Okay, I've also got Young Chukwuzite and Ovie Wallace and Gift Ejogo in the studio with me this afternoon. And in case you do not know, is the voice of Henry Ogugo you are actually listening to at this point in time. Well, Young Chuks, please give us the lineup of the England versus Switzerland game.
Okay, Gareth goes for a 3-4-3 formation, and in the centre back pairing we have John Stones, Eric Consta, and Kyle Walker, and in the midfield we have Karen Trippier, Kobe Mainoo, Declan Rice, and Bukayo Saka. Now those are the AMF. We have Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden. That's playing at the 2 before you get the Hurricane, who is the lone striker of the day.
Okay, so you've headed for the English national team and the Swiss national side?
We see how it's the same formation, 3-4-3, but this time it's different personnel. But we have Ricardo Rodriguez as the centre pairing with Marco Akanji and Fabian Schär of Newcastle United. You have Michel Granit Xhaka, Remo Frela, and Fabian Ryder as midfielders, and Dan Undoye, Brel Embolo, and Ruben Vargas, who scored that superb goal against Italy.
Yeah, so that is it for the starting lineups of the English national team and the Swiss national team as well. Well, on a note, I say let's get ready and let's get or delve into Nigerian football while still giving you live updates as regards what is going to happen there in the game between Switzerland and the Three Lions of England, at least for the first half.
Hello, my name is Kanu Wanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
Well, this is still Today's Sports Live on your premium talk news and sports radio station Today 95.1 FM. Like I did mention earlier, as the voice of Harry Ogugwa you are currently listening to, and I've also got the guys with me here in the studio, Ovie Wallace, Young Chus Chukwuzade, and Gift Ejiogu. Now, there are some things to actually talk about as regards Nigerian football. We'll take a look at the NFF and, the foreign coach expedition. Harrison Jala, well, you know the name. Well, the man has come out to describe it as another inglorious journey. The search for a foreign coach being an inglorious journey, or a lack of it, or a sense of, or a presence of ineptitude as regards to the NFF and how they have been running or are running Nigerian football at this point in time. Well, we'll take a look at the CAF Player of the Year awards, and we'll also take a look at Ademola Lookman, as Wilfred Ndidi did talk about the man being favourite ahead of Victor Osimhen for this year's CAF Player of the Year award. Like I did mention earlier, we are going to give you live updates, so do live coverage of the first half of the game between England and Switzerland over there in Germany for Euro 2024. That's the first quarterfinals for this afternoon, or this evening, or today, beg your pardon. So it is a full and exciting package, and we are here with you for the next 1 hour, 45 minutes. Now, let's take a look at the Nigerian Football Federation, as it's disgraceful expedition to hire foreign coaches yet. According to statement released by Harrison Jala, he did say the disgraceful expedition to hire a foreign coach is yet another inglorious journey rooted in lack of planning. 10 years of long-term planning should be more than sufficient to develop a robust technical department to upgrade Nigerian coaches for the national team assignments. Now, with the right people in charge of football in Nigeria, a country that was once ranked 5th best in the world, Nigeria should by now be the hub and center for the training and development of African countries, not Europe or South America. The technical departments of top football federations are commercially viable subsectors because they generate revenue. A fraction of the grants from FIFA and CAF from 2014 to 2024 is more than sufficient to establish a robust and commercially viable technical department that will upgrade a number of indigenous coaches of our national teams. It's a big shame for a country like Nigeria to be talking about hiring a foreign coach in 2024. Now, what happened to those funds from FIFA and CAF from 2014 to 2024? Now, let's run through some of the funds. The $8.6 million from the 2014 World Cup grant, the $10 million from the 2018 World Cup grant, the FIFA assisted program grant in 2015, which was $2.5 million. FIFA Forward 1.0, FIFA Forward 2.0, and ongoing FIFA 3.0 cycle, which ran from or is running from 2023 to 2026. Nigeria is entitled to $8 million in this ongoing cycle, having received over $10 million in the previous two cycles, specifically for projects and administration, with nothing to show for it. By January 2026, NFF would have received $18 million from three cycles of the FIFA Forward program with no tangible project on the ground, plus the steady FIFA annual grants to all its 211 members and CAF grants to all its 54 members. The recent CAF grant for the 2023 African Cup of Nations is estimated to be about $7 million. Let's leave out billions of naira from corporate sponsorship and appropriation by National Assembly through the Federation accounts between 2014 to 2024. Now, all these funds disappeared into thin air and translated into huge debts, outstanding hotel bills, and outstanding match bonuses to Super Eagles players, the Falcons, and all strata of the national teams and coaches. Without diligently probing how the NFF found itself in this financial mess, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Senator John Eno, convinced President Tinubu to release an intervention fund of 12 billion naira, which the president graciously approved. Even the 12 billion naira, as we speak, is alleged to have been misappropriated, with only two in the outstanding match bonuses and allowances paid so far. Now, a serious country would send both the Honorable Minister and the NFF board packing, since the minister has demonstrated a lack of capacity to call the NFF a parastatal under his ministry to order, take full responsibility and reposition Nigerian football. The expedition for a foreign coach is another disaster in the waiting, and that's according to Harrison Jala. Now, I'll come to you guys in the studio shortly. Now, Young Chiefs, I come over to you and I start with you. I mean, definitely there has to be some sense before we get to all about the money, because I know this money I'm really not. It's quite a lot, and everybody hearing this will actually shout. But coming to this, first off, isn't it a big shame on our own part, on the NFF, on our technical department, for the fact that we cannot hire anybody indigenous to actually lead the Super Eagles of Nigeria? And I mean, even the person that was hired before, the current head coach of Rivers United, Finidi George, we did raise question marks, or question marks were raised about his licensing, not him not having the required highest level of licensing to actually prosecute or be on the touchline for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, there's been that call, or that will you say query as regards the NFF, like, why don't we have good enough indigenous or local coaches to actually prosecute games or take over the national team? I mean, you even look at our league, the level of coaches that are in our league, you feel that it can and it should be better. When was the last time a CAF course was held in Nigeria? I mean, the last CAF course was, a CAF D course that was held in the shores of Nigeria. And you're asking yourselves, all these other countries around Africa, Morocco, Egypt, Algeria, these are things that happen yearly and regularly. So where are we going from here as regards this, Young Chooks? I mean, it definitely has to be a shame or a big, will you say, Malay on our part that we do not have anybody, or we do not feel like we can go in once to get a coach to handle the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Harry, it's disgraceful. I think it's a pity because look at how Nigeria has been over the past decade, or look at how we have run our NFA for the footballing body in this country. It looks painful in the eyes. It looks painful to even hear. We have seen a lot of mistakes or blunders being made. You say from the, even though you want to go back as far as Westerhoff, but I think at that point in time we enjoyed a little bit of progress in the Nigerian football. You start from even the MPFL and our league, we enjoyed at some point. We saw names that were good and classical. We saw our league up there competing as one of the best leagues in Africa. But now trickle down to the next 6-7 years, now the MPFL is struggling to even compete as one of the best leagues in the continent, or even in West Africa, not even the continent again. In West Africa, we have the likes of the Ghanaian league is way better than our league. South Africa is not even to record upon. Morocco is none of our mates. So I think when they don't have a system that is working, when you have someone that you put people that don't know anything about the sports, don't know anything about what should be done in the events or with what they do, so we actually clamor for square pegs in square holes and round peg in round holes. But in Nigeria, it's the case differs. We have square peg in round holes and round pegs in square holes, which will make them look as if they don't know what they're doing, which actually they don't know what they're doing. Because if you mention the monies being listed, like I always say, monies that FIFA and CAF gives to every member's country should be able to pay, or should be able to make Nigeria go for the best in coaching Super Eagles of Nigeria and make this league look better. That's what we're suffering in Nigeria. We don't actually want to improve ourselves. But see, truth be told, seriously, we are now getting to the stage where Nigerians want to say, okay, maybe from the likes of, let me just say, last week, okay, yeah, under the tutelage of Sunday Dari, now, okay, I'm saying from Solomon Dalong, yeah, then Sports Minister of Nigeria, Solomon Dalong, now Dari, now, what's his name again? Eno, that we have seen improvement in. Let me just say, generally sports, athletics. Those days we have Blessing of Okabari. Now we have Amuson. We talk about weightlifting. Now we talk about even the Daniel Igali. He has been that super backbone for the athletes generation. But if you want to trickle down to or specialize it on the football aspect, you say, what has the sports ministry done? Or even under the Amaju Pinnick Federation, what did they do spectacular? We didn't see so many things like based on the league, based on the improvement in the league. Maybe we said we actually tried to became that dominant force on the continent of Africa, even though we didn't win any AFCON during his tenure. It was a transition. It was actually coming. Even though, yeah, we saw Ganero, we saw a Pesero in that list, and in the space of 2 years, we have seen a decline at that highest level. AFCON 2023, we reached the finals, and boom, Pesero left the helm of affairs. And the next thing we could actually think of is to bring in Finny the Judge, who hasn't actually been or been that manager you can reckon with because of this experience or the class he has been around. I'm not discrediting the Judge that experience does not count. You have seen the likes of Zidane and Pep Guardiola. They came into the highest level and did something great that even till now we still respect them. Enzo Maresca, first time coaching, boss Leicester City back to the Premier League. George, former Liverpool great. You can mention them, like Lampard under with Chelsea. These are coaches that have actually set standards for themselves, even though they do not succeed at that highest level. But you see that they were good enough at some point. They were actually classical with what they did at that point in time. But Nigeria, from the coaching to the MPFL to now, what we are feeling that was our best legs those days, that was the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We actually enjoyed Super Eagles of Nigeria at some point, but now everything seems to crumble. You can imagine we can't even beat Sierra Leone, we can't even beat Rwanda. Benin Republic, we lost against the Benin Republic. South Africa, let me see, they have been the strongest team in around the corner over the past 2 years, and AFCON, we know how we struggle to beat them. And yeah, they were actually set aside as South Africa, but Ghana, another turbulent rival. They have been they have been that turbulent team anytime it comes to Super Eagles of Nigeria. But what happens to the likes of Zimbabwe? What happens to the likes of Lesotho, Sierra Leone, for Christ's sake? What happens to the likes of Benin Republic? It was the first time they beat us in national team football. Senior national team football. It's terrible that we are seeing that what we love, what Nigeria used to actually forget the sorrows of what the country looks like is now becoming part of the sorrows that the country will make them remember. I don't know. See, it's painful. You can't talk about the Nigerian system of governance or system of football or how they do football in this country. It makes you look as if it's bad, or if going to sports will make you look foolish. But if you look at the Western world, you look at this sporting as a lucrative business, what you can actually profit from, how you can create job opportunities, how you can actually make them seamlessly move into the top spot. But England, Italy, you see them, they try to maintain that highest performance. But in Nigeria, it's a little bit different. It's not even a little bit. It's different. It's different. We look at ourselves from trying to do become competitive. You can imagine. Now we're trying to get for coefficient. Let's go get first slot. But in South Africa, they're not even concerned them, because they know that anytime, any day, that teams are going there to perform very, very well because of the setup they have set their leagues and how the federation have set up themselves to perform. Coaching zero from the NFL body. This MPFL itself is zero. Now the Super Eagles, which we clamor or we felt that it was one of the best, is now also coming down to zero.
Now, Ovie, coming over to you now, how much is this affecting also the fact as regards player development? You look at our national team, we're complaining there's lack of centre backs, you can say lack of defenders, lack of creative midfielders. And we ask ourselves, definitely, if things were working, coaching would have been better, and you'll get to see certain things or certain rules. Maybe we won't really have problems with them. Let's say, yes, some national teams have problems over people that have structure as regards getting a player or having in a particular position. Like at a point, the Portuguese national team had problem with getting a proper striker. Then at the time, they had to manage, after Pedro Pauleta retired, they had to manage Helder Postiga, Hugo Almeida for years. And you can go on at a point, the Spanish national team were well stocked in the centre-back position. But those countries we have something that those countries do not have: population. You're talking about a country that's about 5 times Spain. You're talking about the closest as regards population to Nigeria and Europe is about 80 million. And that tells you that it's a highly populated country. That's Central Europe, actually. It's a highly populated country. But we've made it so we've made it so bad that every player playing on the street does not have access to coaching to help refine and also help the player put himself in a better position or a better place. We talk about Marcelo, Dani Alves being the best fullbacks today. They were wingers when they started, but they were coached down to become fullbacks. That's what coaching does. Boys playing on the streets, you go over to Europe and they have coaches with UFRB licenses actually handling them. Even in South America, they have the equivalent of the South American license of that, handling them there in South America. And you're saying, definitely this difference is showing. I mean, how much is this affecting player development, and the fact that even when it now comes to the national team, we have a big gap because our players are struggling to meet up, or we do not have enough to fill up. And it's about, when you're talking about filling other positions, maybe an average winger could have turned to be a world-class fullback if coaching or everything was the right. So, I mean, how well or how much, beg your pardon, is this affecting our football at this point in time?
It's really, really affecting us because as a coach, you should be able to know how to really tweak your formation, really tweak your players. This player can't play as a centre back, but let's say play as a full back, but he has the capabilities, he has the skills. It's just that he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know his positioning and everything. That is where you come in to come and train him. I think we saw that Ancelotti and Real Madrid, their lack of centre backs. Who did they use to fill up the space? I've forgotten. You can say that is just the essence of coaching. And you just have to say. With us, we have, you as you said it, we have the population. We can get players everywhere. There are many schools. There are many academies, and there are many academies I know, but just that we do not have that eye. Some of our the scouts that we have, I don't know what they are scouting. I don't know what they are scouting. So you need. Some of them, they have the license, they have the UEFA B, the UEFA E. I think Finidi, he has a UEFA E license. He has a UEFA E, not even a pro license. And I think you need a pro license to be able to coach the big clubs and also. And they are giving that kind of man the capability to coach the national squad. That's a very big job, and you need the capabilities to coach it. And the UEFA A license already tells you that you don't have the capabilities, because I'm sure he should have already tried for a UEFA A license. And then again, this is where the NFF too also comes in. They need to train more coaches. We need a way that we can bring the coaches together, try and way they can further their education, because if they do not have the knowledge, going into the field is just going to be different. It does not matter if they go to go and coach under Pep Guardiola themselves, as long as they do not go to the school themselves, they do not get those licenses themselves, they are not going to be able to show what they are capable of. And the NFF needs to come in, needs to find a way they can take the training of the coaches seriously. And if we able to do that, you might be able to fill those gaps, because when the coaches have a more broad knowledge on trainings, routines, they are able to switch players from different positions. Even if you're coming into the national team for just a short time, they are able to give you that quick change and able to make the whole formation, the whole team just move that smoothly.
Now, Gift, coming over to you now, what does it say to our image as a country, the fact that we are not confident and we cannot hire a national team coach, an indigenous national team coach for the Super Eagles at this point in time? I mean, we're even looking at a foreign coach to try and see if we can save or rescue our bid to be in the World Cup in 2026.
Okay, for me, I think the NFF has a lot of work at hand to do currently, in the sense that looking for a foreign-based coach isn't just what is going to solve the problem. You can get a foreign-based coach and then they can come and just do the same thing others has been doing. But getting the right one is one thing that matters. The NFF has to stand its ground, make sure that the coach they are going to get, whether home-based or international, is going to be well built up, in the sense that they should know what they're doing and they should try to get someone who is qualified. But if that same qualified coach refuses to do what is expected, I think NFF needs to come back to build up our own home-based coaches. In the sense, like for Finidi George, he played for Ajax back in the days. I think he has the experience, playing for these foreign clubs and so on. He should have the experience. And to me, actually, foreign-based coach isn't just the solution to all this, what Super Eagles need currently. But if they can get a foreign coach, for example, to this current season that we are now, in the sense that we need a coach that can help us qualify for World Cup and this coming AFCON. If it's what it's going to take, they should go ahead and get a foreign-based coach. But they should also have in mind that they need to build up our own coaches, our indigenous coaches that will help us, represent us, our country. Not just, for example, you bring in a foreign coach from another country. What if those coaches decide to stay back in their country and do their national duties, and then you're unable to bring raise a coach that can represent us internationally and locally? So NFF needs to put their feet on ground and try to groom coaches that are indigenous, are home-based, so they can help the Super Eagles team.
I think it's not all about. I think it's based on the system. It's just really a system that can work. Nobody trains Gareth Southgate. Nobody trains Jose Mourinho. Nobody trains Pep Guardiola. Nobody trains what's their name? Names of coaches that actually skip my mind. Carlo Ancelotti. These guys actually know this is what I want to do with my life, or this is what I want to do. But the system is already there. That's what they just have to do. And if most people have to actually make these things available for these coaches or these young aspiring coaches to go there.
Because it doesn't mean that you played for Ajax or you played in Europe that you will be the best coach.
Yes, he's not making good enough.
Technically, you could have a player that played in the NPFL all through his career or played amateur football all through his career in Nigeria, but still ends up being a world-class coach.
You have seen coaches that don't even play football.
Nagelsmann played only at youth level before he got injured. He went into coaching. Sampaoli played at youth level, got injured, and he's a two-time Copa America winner.
Even the Lille coach, is it Lille or Nice? Nice coach didn't play football.
Nice coach didn't play football.
It's from game.
The new coach of Nice. That's
what's getting my memory now?
Will Steele. What's his name? Jesse Marsh.
Jesse Marsh
wasn't a professional footballer. He was actually an analyst for an online.
It's just a game that works. So this you have seen is based on its quality, what you can bring to the table, what you actually know. It's not. I will not force anybody to go and make. What is training coach? You can't train any coach. The coach has to know that this is my job. This is what I want to do myself. So I go for the thing that if the NFF has made this available for the coaches here, no problem. Put it in Abuja once in 2 years, once in 3 years, two times in 1 year. That's the frequent. You know that now it's not down to the coaches' inability to go and learn that makes these coaches falter. I will not hammer. I'm not the kind of person that will hammer on bringing the foreign expatriates or bringing foreign coaches. For Christ's sake, what foreign coaches are doing, local coaches can also do it. It's just the ability to manage these egos. Sunday only say, I'm Anike, Makachi and the likes of them. Compare them to the Gross, what's his name, Pesero and the likes of them. They are the same coaches. It's just the technical abilities and the technical know-how that has a difference, and how they manage these players' ego. It tends to understand that when these local coaches come into the picture, big name players love to show up, should pop up. We saw the basketballs with Philip the Judge and Osimhen. Now it's happening with Mikel Obi and Olise. It's just flying. The rumors are just there. But if you have a standard coach that for local, the man is just there. What's the man that I think it's in the US, coaching in the US.
Ndubisebo is currently in Kosovo. He won the league in Albania. He won in the US.
Michael Essien. So these are coaches that they are available. They're also local coaches, but even though they're not been around the shores of Nigeria, you can actually trust their hands on these coaches. But we do actually the NFL want to actually look at these coaches and say, okay, let's give them a trial. It didn't finish judge. It didn't come away, but that should be the one to lock them out. Yeah, many Nigerian fans don't want to forgive the finish judge or forgive the NFL what finish the judge did the coaching duties. But if you have to set a standard, you have to start from the clean slate. If we are going to miss out the World Cup to make these coaches work, then miss out the World Cup. If you're going to miss out the next 2 World Cup that will make these coaches work, miss out the next 2 World Cup. It's a plan. It's strategic plans. You have seen countries go oblivion. They don't even out of extinction, and they come out with full force. Look at Italy. For Christ's sake, they won the Euro 2020, and what's happening this year? It's something that you must have a plan that will set up at the next 10 years. Vision 2025. Vision. We have had these visions and it's not working. So what's the standard? Let's give these coaches, NPFL coaches, come and hold the job. Like, fail us, no problem. We trust you. Anything, Ateta, is it them? And start being that team. But we have seen progress. We have seen, if you cannot pay, okay, no problem. You see that you don't have money. Go for the local coaches that don't demand much. Bring them to the fold. Trust them and make the plan work. That's the simple truth. I don't begin to flog issues on foreign coaches. Bring them, they are the best. They will do this one. They will not do anything if the players are not good enough. They will not do anything. See, it's just about the system. It's just I just want to blame it on the system. They have to take the fair share of the blame. Look at the finish the judge. He plays at Ajax. Coach Eyimba won a trophy. No problem. Standard of the MPFL is not nothing to write home about now. I can not say not to write home about. That would be too deteriorating to the MPFL. How do you come and find me? Them just say, you're getting there. But truth be told, I will not be getting MPFL coaches as it stand right now. It's not possible. I don't am blindfolded. Unless they blindfold me like that, I'll come and pick MPFL coaches. Come and coach Super Eagles of Nigeria. The standard is not there. You can't trust them right now. But unless we are talking about taking the risk, like that is the occasion. If you want to go for the World Cup qualifiers 2026, I'm not going for the NBFL coaches. If you want to miss out the World Cup 2026, miss out the AFCON 2025, miss out the next 2 World Cup, no problem. NBFL coaches, they should go come up. Imama, come up. Monday we'll do test run and tire. After 1 year, we'll do test run. They did not work out to change and chop. It's happening until you find a suitable person to lead this team. The champ. The Brazil team, Tete was there. The man showed progress. He left him for a many period of years. It was a growth that was actually coming to that point in time. But the NPFL, I said in the NPFL, in the Nigerian scene, once the fans begin to I was still mentioned, I was part of those that actually made the NFF to fire the row. I will not any day. I was part of those persons because I felt Nigeria needed better performing play, like on the pitch. Like we needed something better. Will defend on anybody that he meets. That's something that Tega will do. But it's getting the results. But now, if you can't actually make your plan, make this template shown open to the fans and say, okay, this is our template for the next 15 years, for the next 5 years. You have to show that the patience will not be there. Nigerian fans will not like to take patience. They don't want to play soccer field. But we have to force ourselves to understand that we are no majority of Africa and we should accept it right from now till the next 3 years. If not, we'll keep going back. I will not know that I'm going backward.
Okay, now, we're coming over to you. We've been talking about the NFF not doing the work, and the NFF has also been complaining that there's no money to do a lot of the things they're actually asking us to do. But according to the maths, minus the 12 billion naira that was released earlier this year or late last year for the African Cup of Nations, the players, which there's also controversy around, according to reports or rumors that there's controversy around the funds not even being used for what it should have been used. Only 2 outstanding matches have been taken care of. The NFF also saying that they were in debt right from the time of Amaju Pinnick and down to now, and complaining of lack of funds. From 2014 to 2024, they've received $43.6 million. That's minus the CAF and FIFA grants that were actually not necessarily stated according to this report. $43.6 million. That is $4.36 million a year. Now, I can run through the salaries of the highest paid coaches at the European Championship. You can go on and on. Kasper Holmond of Denmark wasn't even ended up to £1 million, give or take about $1.something million. This and that and this and that. And you look at Southgate even being the highest coach, about $5.something million. That's what Gareth Southgate earns a year. Now, Carlos Queiroz is coached the Egyptian national team and he was earning just slightly over $1 million. Jamil Belmadi for Algeria as well. Now, we complain about funds. The NFF complains they are in debt. They are owing bonuses. Now, where has all this money gone to? 43.6. That's minus the 12 billion and probably other grants and yearly disbursements from FIFA and CAF to the federation. Now, what has all this money been used to do? It's not like we have a national center. We're not maintaining anything. It's not like the FA in England that own Wembley and are maintaining it. We're not maintaining anything. The Gospel Ababia Stadium we use today is maintained by the Akwa Ibom State government. So where has all this money been going? What have they been doing with all this money? No technical development, no structural development, owing of salaries, owing of bonuses, and you can't even put your assistant coaches or assistant coaches of the side and even the main coaches of the youth teams under standard salaries. So what are they doing? Where has all this money been going to?
Henry, I'm looking at my phone right now. You called out sum of money, $43.6 million. And right now, what I'm seeing in Naira, I don't know if this is billion, but this cannot be billion. This cannot be billion. What I'm saying now looks like zillions. And you just have to just wonder, where are all this money going? Because we are not seeing all those improvements. And I think we've talked about this one time. We said that football brings in revenue, and I'm sure the government is bringing in revenue. The money is just going elsewhere. You look at the standard. That was even why most of the assistant coaches didn't accept the job when Finidi called for them because of the whole salary issue. And we saw how there's no every Nigerian coach that comes always being old salary somehow.
Yeah, before I continue, that is actually 66.59 or 66. Call it 63.6 billion naira.
66.6 billion naira. Wow. Every year.
And we can't have any infrastructure that
for 10 years. This is what we've supposedly because I know the CAF money was about is it $4 or is it $7 million worth to receive for finishing second at the just concluded African Cup of Nations and participating in the World Cup in 2014 in the group stages we got 8.6. 2018 in the group stages we got 10 million, and the FIFA cycle 18 million came out of that. $18 million in 3 years. And none of this can be accounted for. Over 1 year is still left for the money to come in.
So you need to see where this money is entirely going. This is what we've earned in the past 10 years. Players are owed salary, and how much was going to throw?
And this minus the 12 billion.
Minus the 12 billion. The 12 billion.
According to this release, the statement from Jala, he didn't even mention the annual grants that FIFA gives to all his members and CAF also gives to all his members.
So there's even still more pouring in every moment, every time, and you just have to wonder, where is it going? Stadiums. We really have one working stadium. When it comes to the players, their salaries, okay, we see some of them are paid their salaries. When it comes to the women's side of things, we are hearing problems there. When it comes to the coaches for national side, yeah, this one is owing the salary, and I didn't mean Jala didn't come out. I didn't even know this kind of money was even pouring into the football sector. This is just the football sector alone. This is just the football sector alone, and this has to supplement both for the women and the men, and this is enough. In fact, it is even too much. This could fill up both the women's team, their pockets, the female team pocket, the youth team, the coaches and everything. This will go around, and there will still be enough change to still find to do something for the stadiums. And you have to wonder where the money going. They said they didn't have money for coaches. We didn't have money for a coach, but when we got Finidi George, after the sack Finidi George, money somehow came out of nowhere, and now they still want to go for a foreign coach again before they now have this money. So where are they keeping this money? I want to know where they are keeping this money, because it is really ridiculous when you hear this sum of money and you don't see the improvement in our football. You don't see the improvement in the standard of football, in our coaching, in our. This can even trickle down to even the MPFL, and we can see improvements in the MPFL. But this money is not going anywhere. Sometimes it does not even pass the men's. Sometimes it does not even pass the men's team. Sometimes when you see, I think we had that problem at the time where some of the MPFL players, an MPFL player that was called up to the national team and wasn't even paid his own grant.
And you know the funny thing, in all these 10 years, the money just called here was for the 2023 African Cup of Nations. You're talking about 2014.
Wait, I don't understand.
The 7 million for the 7 million years just for the 2023 African Cup of Nations.
I thought you meant this 6 million was only for the
we failed to qualify for 2015 and 2017 African Cup of Nations, but we were at the 2019 African Cup of Nations. We came third in the African Cup of Nations. 2021 we were there. And so money is also entered the coffers of the NFF for participating in those conditions. CAF definitely dropped and rebursed something. So, I mean, what also happened?
The issue is this system is not making people to cry. Until you are held responsible for what your actions are. We saw what happened with the AFM. For Christ's sake, people had to come hard on Nigeria. Nigerians will always want to, I'm not saying Nigeria, the government you have seen in the past 3 years or past 5 years, we always want to siphon this money to their own pockets, to their own interest. Maybe by allegedly, but it's not even allegedly. You have seen it's not. Mention one thing under Amaju Pinnick that Nigeria gained from these grants. Mention one thing that Nigeria sport infrastructure zero. Okay, the Abuja stage away the Nigerian fans pieces after the Ghana. Would that be elected as one of the prominent under Amaju Pinnick?
They just wanted to just fix it.
What's the NFF president's name again? Ibrahim also. The monies are flocking in. The monies are pouring. Upon the MPFL, we can't see any. What's the issue? Okay, under the judge, you can't even make this assistant coach come. Put them on a salary stand, make standard that actually look at appetizing monies. Make that look okay. Even though we are assistant coach of the judge, we have payments, we have good levels of probability, we have good welfare. Now we're going to even complain. Even Michael Essien complain that you can't be coming here on that contractual basis. Put me on the standard basis of salary. Let me know that after every month I'm paid this and this amount of money. Not every month. If I win, we pay me this one. If I lose, I'll pay this one. If I draw, you do this one. Is that what we should be hearing? See, I'm tired. That's why I said if you talk about Nigerian problems, we'll not end anytime soon because it's just continuous. It's terrible that we are finding ourselves in this kind of manner, this kind of mess.
And the thing is that it's not going to change unless maybe an outside government body is going to intervene into this, because they're the ones that hold the money. We are just the media. The only thing we can do is just bring it out. That's the only thing we can do, and we can only inform the people that this is the kind of money that's pouring into the sporting, not just sport, just the footballing sector alone. And we know the kind of revenue this is bringing. This kind of money, we can use it for the stadiums. We can use it to improve the stadiums. For next 2 years, we are hosting the African Cup of Nations again. Before let's say next 5, next 6, next 7 years, we might be able to host the World Cup. No, it's not a dream. The money is coming in to be able to do that. And that is what some of those other countries are doing. When they get the money, they used to improve their sector, improve from the grassroots down up. It's a work in progress, and the money is coming in. It is not even reaching down to the ground. It does not even pass the head coach. As you already said, Michael Essien didn't want to take the job because of what? She's not getting anything by the end of the month. And this is a man that has to feed his whole family, feed people. Boy, why he's not getting any money, and we can't see the kind of money that's getting.
Will you leave the under-19 national team job of the United States? That is technically the under-20 national team job that you're even being paid salary and you're the head coach to come and take an assistant coach role that is based on
no.
That you're being
cannot take that one.
Paid per match.
You cannot take that one. It's like let's say I'm collecting 500k a month, and now you want to employ me. You want to pay me, let's say weekly. I want to pay me how much? 10k weekly. Why would I collect? Okay, at least it's better me I work that 1 month. I collect my salary at once. I go spend them and to collect that 10k before the thing don't even finish before next week reach. So that's just how it is. You cannot just leave. The point is, the Super Eagles job is very lucrative. It is meant to be lucrative. When you see this is the national side, this is one of the biggest sides this is the biggest side in Africa.
Come on.
We are the biggest side in Africa.
When last did we win the trophy?
See, forget about when last we
when last did we put ourselves as the biggest giant of Africa?
Based on performance levels, based on African Cup of Nations record, after Egypt, Nigeria has the next best record.
After us is Cote d'Ivoire. After Egypt,
I'm not talking about only winning trophies.
Somebody is there. Somebody is on top. Nigeria coming second. So it can't be the best in Africa.
But arguably, you look at the array of stars and players and also our past record.
It's not based
Nigeria
on us.
looks a very lucrative job based on the players available at this point.
It's not based on us.
You look at our national, compare our national score with our national score. I can say we have most stars than other schools. You look at Osimhen, you look at Lookman, you look at Murphy, you look at Iwobi. We have more stars than them. See, we have players every side of the world, and it's not that they are playing in top tier leagues. We are the biggest side in Africa, but the only problem that with you Chooks is that we are not showcasing it. We are not showcasing it. We are the biggest side in Africa.
What's the biggest side in Africa?
Please showcase it, but the NFF is just holding us back. That's just the problem. They are holding us back. We have the capabilities to do that. We have the fund to do that, but we are not just doing it. We are the biggest side in Africa.
Just simple words. We are the biggest side in Africa due to allegedly, because we can't be the biggest side in Africa and we cannot compete favorably in the leagues. Let's talk about leagues. Let's talk about our leagues.
Don't worry. We have to go for a quick commercial, but you guys will get to continue your basketballs and your back and forth. And definitely, we have a lot to talk about because there's a lot of money to look at here. Why is it not being used properly and all that stuff? But do not go anywhere. Today's Sports Live will make a quick return after this quick commercial. Hey guys, have you noticed that Kilimanjaro Restaurants has opened another outlet in Port Harcourt? Now, you want to know where it is? I'll tell you. It's on Etier Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction in Mboba, Port Harcourt. Now, notice that some days ago, while driving and dropped by to have a quick meal, trust me, it was fantastic and delicious. Now, I can say for sure that Kilimanjaro Restaurants is the place to be for quality, tasty, and delicious meals any time of the day. Now, by the way, the new Kilimanjaro Restaurants along NTA Road is their 21st restaurant in River State. I mean, can you believe that? 21 locations. That's really awesome. Now, talking about awesome things are happening at the new Kilimanjaro restaurant along NTA Road this weekend. I mean, on Saturday and Sunday, there will be lots of fun activities for both kids and adults, including music, face painting games like Jenga, card games, puzzle, dart games, and even a Wheel of Fortune for you to spin and win amazing gifts on the spot. I mean, who wouldn't want to win amazing gifts? Yes, you heard that right. You can win fantastic prizes when you visit the new Kilimanjaro restaurants at NTA Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction in Mboba, Port Harcourt this weekend. So if you're looking for mouth-watering jollof rice, which is delicious, fried rice or Chinese rice with chicken or turkey, yummy fried yam and egg sauce, swallow with different soups, burger, fries, pies, and many more, with the opportunity for fun and amazing gifts this weekend, Kilimanjaro Restaurants is where your adventure begins. Trust me, it's going to be a blast. Don't forget, Kilimanjaro is now live in NTA Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction in Mboba, Port Harcourt. Come to Kilimanjaro, the taste of Africa. Yes, welcome back. This is still Today Sports Live on your Premium Talk News and Sports radio station Today 95.1 FM. We have the game between England and Switzerland on our screens at this point in time as they are having handshakes after taking the national anthem. And yes, the players are getting ready for this quarterfinal tie. England up against Switzerland. Like we did mention earlier, the lineup we have Jordan Pickford in goals, Kyle Walker, John Stones, and Ezri Konsa in the back line, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, Kobe Mino, and Kieran Trippier in midfield. And we have Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden playing behind the lone striker, who is Harry Kane. So definitely Saka playing as left wing back, while Walker and Konsa and Stones are the centre backs. It's a 3-4-2-1 formation for the English national side. Players like Shaw, Alexander-Arnold, Cole Palmer, and Cole on the bench for the English national team. We'll just bring you shortly the Swiss national team lineup, although we have read that earlier. But the captains are meeting the referee, Daniele Osato, the man from Italy. Yeah, you are familiar with him if from Champions League games, and if you do watch the Italian Serie A, Granit Xhaka and Harry Kane exchanging handshakes there, and actually waiting for the coin toss to see who will get to kick off and who will pick sides. It looks like Switzerland won that one, and Xhaka has picked his side. Now for the Swiss national team, coached by Murat Yakin, we have Jan Sommer in goal. We have Fabian Schär, Manuel Akonji, and Ricardo Rodriguez in the back three. And the four-man midfield, we have Remo Freuler, Granit Xhaka, Florian Abisha, and Ryder. And the men in front of them, we have Ruben Vargas, Dan Ndoye, and Bril Mbolo. Now, guys, we're talking about the monies and everything that is available. Now, we've not even talked about the 12 billion that got missing. Now, if these things keep on happening, where do we or how do we expect our football to grow? I mean, I can think of many things you can use. Just, it's 43.6, right? Let's just average it per year. Over the last 10 years, that is 4.36. I can think of how many things you can use $4.36 million to do in a year. Especially when as regards running football in this country. You can take care of players' bonuses. You can take care of both for the Super Eagles and Super Falcons. You can take care of salaries, no matter how small it is. Yes, the money might not really be enough or to go around all the needs, but we shouldn't be in the kind of mess we are, or we shouldn't be in this mess if these monies are being utilized properly. Definitely.
Yes, definitely. You look at the kind of money that is entering inside. This should solve all our problems. You know what they say? Money solves maybe all problems. For me, I feel money solves all problems, and the money that is coming in, I don't think we should be having any issues with coaches, with salary issues, especially in the football sector. Let's not even talk about other sporting sector. I don't know how much they earn or how much their bodies or their organizations are funding them. But when you look at the money that's coming in football, this is the most watched sport in the world. This is the most talked about sport in the world. We need to know what Jeremy they are making just from hosting the Euros. USA just from hosting the Copa America, the kind of funding that's going to come into them, and how they're going to use to develop the money. That all this money that is going lost, that's getting lost, we are not going to have any development, because you need money to develop these players. You need money to buy kits. You need money to improve stadiums. For the grass, you need money for kits. You need money for the coaches, because no coach is going to come here. You're not giving salary, and then you now want him to now come and be working tirelessly every time. No, everybody, they used to take it then. Maybe Ro and Andrews used to take it then, just because say, okay, we don't really land in this job, we don't get salary now. And I'm sure Ro, they are still owing him salary. They never even.
He's still being old.
He's still being old. They still never pay him. Then you want instead to come again. You want them Amokachi to come again, and you know pay them. No, they could take it then. We are not taking it now, especially when country don't have now. No. Person if you take out now. And you want improvement. You need money for improvement. When you send your child to school, you need money to pay for the school fees. So why the child will improve himself? Waiting the child go to there, now your problem. But when you bring the money in, you buy this thing, you get kits, you get boots, you pay the salary. This encourages them, and this encourages players outside or farther out of our reach to want to come and play for the country. Why? Because they know that okay, they are going to get something tangible. This encourages coaches outside Nigeria who have furthered furthered their education outside. But why? They do not want to claim that they are Nigerian. Why? Because of what? They know that, okay, they will be linked with this job, no matter how. As long as Nigeria, you have Nigeria descent, they don't know where you got it from. They will link it to anything that concerns Nigeria. But they don't want to be linked, because they know that even if they are linked and everything, nothing is going to come out of it. Highest, they come there, they pay them first month, pay the second month. For we do not have money, but you called me, but you cannot pay me. Why? There's not going to be improvement. In fact, if now they come in for the job, pay me first month, second month. I always tell the players after we come for training, just run in the field, do jog round, jog two. We don't need pack out the go house. Because why? You do not want to pay me, and you want me to carry the players and improve them. Improve them with what? With which pitch? With pitch that will train them, will still play there that same day, that same day or what? No, that's not how it is. That's not how it works. That's not how it works outside. And I'm sure Benjamin said it, you emulate, and the federation, we do not want to emulate, and it's very annoying how the corruption has seeped into the footballing sector, seeped into the sporting sector in Nigeria. Maybe I didn't mean we had cut it off. Maybe we would have be talking about something better. Because we are not meant to be having this kind of discussion. You look at that kind of money, we are not meant to be having this kind of discussion. We look at the amount that is pouring in. You know where it could go to. You know the kind of improvements you could get. You know kind of players we could get. It just doesn't work like that.
Now, there's a small matter of even the money we're talking about. There's been rumors or reports that there's still issues on how or what to be done with that money from the African Cup of Nations, the winnings. The players and the NFF are at it, according to reports or rumors. There's also issues as regards the 12 billion, because reports have it that it has also been misappropriated. Like, it wasn't used for what it was meant to. How long can we go around blaming the players blaming the coaching staff without holding these people accountable, because it looks like everything that goes wrong with Nigerian football, hold them accountable, because they are the ones making the environment not conducive for things to work well.
It's just simple. You're already used to it. You're used to this blunders. You're used to this mess. And like I said, it's not even down to even Amaji Pinnick. It's down from Amini Maigari. Even look at Sainolu. These are NFL presidents that didn't set the track right. Yeah, want to go back as far back as 1990 or the 2000, early 2000s. And our league was one of the best in Africa. Like I always say, it's the setup. What was the template? What was the template during that time? What was the template, or what was the continuation plan? You can't actually have someone that is in the seat and what he's thinking about is how to siphon money, or how to nothing to just all about the selfish interest. And okay, yeah, you stayed in the seat for the past 6 years, and for Christ's sake, you do not have any development, and you are not bothered about it. Like it's discussing that we can't sit down here and begin to feel the agenda of Africa, or feel mature enough that we deserve the best in football sentence or football terms. I don't know. See, I don't understand. Money coming every day. See, we are not even talking about even the sponsorship. At some point, we have Astamo at one of our biggest sponsors, Nike. I don't know why they have refused to give us any financial incentive, but they desire our jerseys because of the name. Yeah, the legacy has been there, or that build up, the tradition is there as Nigeria's biggest face of Africa. But truth be told, are we actually the biggest face in Africa? Well, based on the transition, what have we been doing in the last 5 years or 7 years ago? How is the template going? Okay, what's the what's the plan for the players? What's the plan for improving the league? What's the plan for improving the infrastructure? We complaining about the youth setup. This year, the Golden Eagles will come, and the crop of the players will not even make it to the under-23. Almost the slimest chance of play. We don't know how to make this successful in this country. Like, they have shown it that it's too bad. We can't actually begin to neglect how, will I say corruption, or will I even say, what's the right word to play this kind of abomination has been committed by the NFL presidents? Amaji Pinnick, what we were best known was to how to go and poach players outside the shores of Nigeria to come and play for the Spikes of Nigeria. For Christ's sake, if the things are set up in Nigeria, if we have a Sunday Mba that's playing for Spikes or playing for Aimba, we have someone like Joe Felix that's playing for Enugu Rangers, we will not be bothered about going to poach players, but we can't set up our own. We don't want to learn. We don't want to improve ourselves. We love to see, copy and pasting is not wrong. Copying the right, that's the issue. Copy the writing and improve it. Make it better. Don't copy everything. It's the education system. Look at everything. The sports sector, the sports ministry. So it's just down to, I think it's not only the NFF. Because now if we have the right heads on the sports ministries, imagine a minister of sports seeing this influx of money and he's not seeing any development in the federations. For Christ's sake, let this man go. You want to see the man, they want to be independent of government influence. But if they cannot stand up to themselves and make themselves improve them, then make sure you use your power to influence, bring the right decision. Nobody will begin to blast you for making a right decision on the NFF and body. Nobody wants to look at the LMC, look at how the. Like I said, I don't actually begin to mention the MPFL because it's bad that we have seen we fall ourselves from grace to grass, and they are trying to beat ourselves. We clamor for every year. It should be shown on TV. Yeah, we've gotten our TV rights from the sometimes. I think glory be to God. Now we have seen GTI, we have seen financial incentive for the only champions, and we say okay, that's the step in the right directions. Okay, what's next if this contract expires? We can't continue with it. We don't have a plan. If Davis and it's like leave the seats, what's the next thing for the next MPFL board? What's the template there? It will not come and begin to change a lot of things because of you are at the seat at that moment. I'm tired of saying everything about the Football Federation of Nigeria because it's not going to help matters. We just keep talking. Even though we have said that we can call them out, we can force them to change. We'll make them to change because the more we keep saying this, the more until something drastic happens, Nigeria will not come out from this mess and this care.
Okay, Gift, coming over to you now. You're watching the game between England and Germany currently on our screens. 9 minutes played. What has been your take so far of the game? What has been happening? Who has looked the better side and who looks more threatening?
Okay, England actually is as if the defensive part of the team is actually active, as we have seen some shots from Switzerland and defending the game actually, especially the one from Kobe Maino. A whole lot of them, but England is also playing a counter pressing football actually, and Switzerland, I think they are in control of the game currently.
Okay, yes, Switzerland are holding possession at this point in time, as we do have them trying to build up something from the right-hand side of defense, and they find themselves in the box, and Konza trying to win the ball, but they still have it, and it is a goal kick for the English national team after Brilliant Bolo could not do much with that ball at his feet. Switzerland looking quite threatening at this point in time and looking to carve open chances in the English penalty box. Now, Queen, beg your pardon, still sticking with you now. It's at the point you have to look at and say probably the federal government through the Ministry of Sports has to come in and make sure that this money is being gotten from FIFA and CAF are used properly, and also the money that they're giving or disbursing to the NFF is being used properly. I mean, even when they do host matches, some of these games that are being hosted in states, sometimes you do get to hear that, oh, the state governors or governments are actually taking care of this thing. They're not necessarily paying for anything. So, I mean, why should they be racking up those high amounts of bills, or we used to complain about funds to prosecute or necessarily prosecute game? At some point, you have to say, definitely, because the NFF is under the sports ministry. The sports ministry has to step in at this point in time because there is no independence on their own part financially. They don't do enough by the looks of things. So definitely the sports ministry has to act like, we say, a screening body, a body that makes sure that things are done properly as regards the NFF, because they're just holding their hands and watching as all these things unfold, and it's quite baffling at this point in time.
Okay, according to this expose by Harris and Jala, but Minister of Sports, John Enowa, that's the person you're referring to actually.
Yes, the Minister of Sports.
Oh, John, no, I'll be John Owan, sorry. We are expecting for him to maybe set up a committee that will go through.
I mean, just, if not committee, but call them to order. Make sure there's transparency in the system. Don't you think that is also part of their job? It's also part of their job to oversee and make sure that other federations work well.
He isn't going to do it alone. Definitely, we need to call in some persons to like assist to, check on that screen, that like the budget padding and so on. All this money is a lot. It can actually go a long way. You see how the old Pasero, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he left. But among other coaches, starting from Sia, I beg your pardon, Stephen Keshi, the rest of them, Christian Chuku, Osine Guavon, although I didn't get to see things like that come up about death and so on. But the players, especially Super Falcons, after they played back in, I don't know if it's 2018 or 19, where they even protested about their salaries being paid. They're being owed by NFF and so on. The truth is, as our colleagues here has already said, based on selfish interest, and the system is actually corrupt. That was one thing Finidi George complained about how players too, who are not even supposed to be on the team, but the NFF have to bring in their own persons to take in. He just has to take them and leave players who are eligible to be in the Super Eagles. Likewise, I think the amount of money too being paid to them, they keep embezzling funds and try to make it seem as if they are working, but actually nothing is happening. Imagine currently now that in search for a coach, and they are complaining that they can't buy a foreign coach. Meanwhile, certain amount of money, billions are being trooped into NFF, and they embezzle the money. So the Minister of Sports, as you already said, needs to come into this field right now. He needs to come into the scene and try to investigate how well the money is being used, which parts need to be attended to. And he isn't going to do it alone, definitely. He needs people, he needs subordinates who can work with him, try to, the audit department in NFF need to give records and try to explain better how to allocate these funds within themselves. And also, any person who has embezzled money in the sports ministry or maybe NFF needs to face certain punishment. It's either the person loses their job or maybe, face some punishment or pay certain fine for what they have done.
Yes, it's laughable when we just hear committee, I begin to laugh. I don't see in this sports sector, we don't hear committee that year. I've heard in this small year I've spent in media system, we have heard about committees and from the NFL, AFN to the MBBF to the Nigeria Football Federation, even to the Wrestling Federation, even to, it's you are hearing the names. And what is the outcome of the committee? Nothing to write about. When you put the finger on an oil, it trickles down to all the fingers, and that's what it's showing in the Nigerian system. John Eno, it's all due to him. It does not. I will not say he does not know anything about sports, but his portfolio shows that he is not the right man for the job. He is nowhere close to being the sports ministry of Nigeria if things are being run well. That's how it's done. It's not when if I understand the job, if I understand what is being done in football, I will take me to rugby. For classic, I will not know what I will do. Even though I'm in the sports sector, it's all sports, but there are specifications and every day. These are little details that we don't know. John, I know it's all related to him. I'm sorry, but if he's not running same country, I don't think he'll be a sports minister.
Okay, well, we do have the game between England and Switzerland on our screens, and the English national team are clamoring for a penalty after a collision between that should be Harry Kane and Granit Xhaka, if I did get the Swiss player correctly. Harry Kane and Granit Xhaka. England setting a 3-4-3, trying to attack, or 3-4-2, beg your pardon, trying to attack, but still nothing yet on target so far for the English national team. Now, Chooks, you've had your eye on that game. I mean, has the change in formation from Gareth Southgate necessarily had any effect on what we're seeing from the English national team today compared to the previous games at this competition?
There's no change there. Just technically they have seen the change in formation, but truth be told, they are still playing the same way. We are seeing anytime for and they are defending 4-man combat because of Walker is the right back, and you can just deep, and that's the change. That's what has been happening for the past 16 minutes, and it's different personnel. Like now we don't have the full wingers. I think Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden are the ones playing as midfielders, and so if you look at the English national team right now, I think pressure has actually begun to mount on Gareth Southgate. But the man feels relaxed because the federation, the FA in England has actually deemed it fit to give him a contract extension. Menu doing a lot of work on that. I think if anybody will win this game, it's what we have seen in the last 16 minutes. It's nothing to. There's no pressure. If England loses the match, I think it's fair enough. Switzerland has been that. You want to look at based on quality or based on players' names, based on the egos or based on what you have seen these players done in their club side. You say, okay, England are favourites, but truth be told, what we are seeing on the screen right now, England will be happy to go to the semi-finals of the Euro 2024.
And looking at the Swiss side, I mean, is there anything you think they need to do differently, or just continue so far with the way they've been playing? And do they look like a side that have it in themselves to actually get one over the English national team today with the way they're playing?
Yes. I think they've been doing this from the days of the group stages. They played against the Germany side and they didn't lose. They played against the defending champion Italy, and they still won 2-0 with their fantastic goals and everything that came from the Swiss national team. I think they should be doing what they're doing. Patient enough, with their chances. It's pile of pressure first of all until it will work. If you keep piling pressure, saw the game against Croatia and Italy, the pressure was much enough until that goal and that slim mistake. You just need seconds of mad errors and it's the back of the net. And I think if the Swiss national team continue doing this, for classic, Germany were definitely one of the best in this competition, and they are knocked out and they were played convincingly by Swiss national team because of how they play compact football. So I think the game will see unfold. So I can't actually make solid predictions on what will happen right now. But truth be told, we will see more of this influx of attacking play from the Switzerland national team. So England should be worried, but the likes of the midfielders, the Bellinghams and the Kevin Mainus and the Phil Foden, as I said, they're changing information. Since I cannot play as a right winger now, so it's just on the plate. the formation is just on the plate. So they have gone back to default settings. Southgate has gone to default settings, and he feels good, or he feels okay with the 4-2-3-1 formation, with Bellingham playing as an AMF and Foden playing out far wide, and Saka coming in the right wing, in the right wing. So I think it's nothing special for us. England will keep building, and defensively they have been solid in the past 19 minutes. But I think the attacking threat of Bolo, Vargas and them are not proving anything. They're not disturbing them that much. But let the game unfold first of all before we now begin to make judgments.
Now, we are coming over to you now. We did talk about the formation being a 3-4-2-1. Yes, Chuxley talk about Bukayo Saka. Let's talk about that a bit. Bukayo Saka playing or switching to the right wing instead of a left wing back, like it did note in the formation that was listed out. Walker looks like he's playing like a third centre back, but joining in to add bodies to the midfield. Now, what do you make of that change? Saka going back to his normal right wing back position or right side of the pitch, and while Kieran Trippier is playing from the other side of the pitch.
Southgate, that's what he wants to do. They've been trying to find a way they will be able to use Saka throughout this whole tournament, and we've seen him switch from the left to the right, and playing also as a right back, and now playing as a right midfielder. We hope that at least he can do something, especially pairing up with the likes of Kieran Trippier on the left, and up front, then again you have Foden and Bellingham. The change of formation might work. We heard him during the conference, and they needed to tweak some things. Let's also hope that this is going to be the right formation or the right time to tweak it, because this is something that they should have done earlier into this competition. Bukayo Saka, he has been doing well, getting the balls, be able to move into overlap over Foden. While Foden moves inside, Foden, Kane and Bellingham move inside, then he's able to get the ball. So him and Kieran Trippier will just be able to set up the attack and get those balls in, so Harry Kane or Bellingham at the other side can be able to put it inside.
Okay, so currently over here in Germany, it's Switzerland up against the English national team, and it's still goalless at this point in time with 22 minutes on the clock. England attacking at this point in time, and that seems to be Jude Bellingham, and the ball is being cleared out properly by captain of the side, Granit Xhaka. Now that is Brilian Bono trying to start a counter-attack, but is quickly dispossessed by the Aston Villa man, Ezri Konsa. Wait to see what actually happens. Phil Foden currently on the ball for the English national team, passes the ball to Bellingham, and they do go back. So we wait to see what actually transpires, as we do give you live updates of what is currently going on over there in Germany, the game between England and Switzerland. And while we do that, it's time for us to actually head to the phone lines to get your talk or get your take on what we've actually discussed on the show so far this afternoon as regards Harrison Jala's statement, and also give your own take on what you're seeing so far in the game between Switzerland and England. Do you see the Swiss side going through with what you've seen so far? Or do you think England have it in them with with how they've been playing so far in this game? 0817 0000951, 0817 0000951, and 0810 9510951, 0810 9510951. Hello, caller. Good afternoon and good evening and welcome.
Yeah, good evening. The vintage Ogugo.
Good evening, Tony Horsfall. Great to have you.
Yes. Good evening, James.
Good evening. Good evening.
And yes, okay. Yeah. I just want to talk about the NSF. See, this issue, I don't really know. See, it will not go anywhere. It will just end in talk shop. I don't know. Except the...
Hello, Tony.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Yes. There's something you require desperate action. See, the NSF, it is not the local fan. Look at the money you just do. I mean, the outrageous money you guys just do it out now for $3.6 million plus 12 billion naira that has been issued, which amounts to close to 80 billion naira coming annually. I mean, how much is the salary of the NSF, the staff? How much have gone to other things, emolument or whatever? How much?
I mean, you know what? You still have enough money to do stadium. You don't have even a stadium that will, FIFA rated stadium. You don't have. And we're still here. See, except, I'm not talking about anyone now, the Honorable Minister now. See, the President of Nigeria should go inside because to get into this problem, because no, this is not going anywhere. You have to have a benevolent dictator. Yes, to get this things right. What have we been doing with this money? I mean, this thing is a shame. It's a Nigeria that has been known for its football attitude for long. Now look at where we are nowhere to be found. Even on the continent, because we are just at the back seat. What is really happening? See, if it's not I can just 48 hours. If forget about the panel of inquiry. I can go and evaluate them, and before you know, 48 hours, if it goes less than 48 hours or more than 48 hours, it's easy. I can evaluate the amount, everything, how much has gone with this. I mean, it's unheard of. It's just unheard of. What is really happening? What is happening? This money, you take $1 to get a coach, $500,000, which is even 1% of the amount now. What the people say they don't have, the others say they'll pay $50,000. Get a coach that is not cannot be even nationally cannot be assessed. It's really painful. It's really painful. If they don't take desperate action, if desperate action is not taken against them, this will continue. I don't believe in keeping quiet or whatever. It's high time. I mean, the president of the country delve into this matter and make sure the whole thing. The whole problem is nipped in the bud. Okay, FIFA to have a role to play. I mean, who is responsible for notifying FIFA? Everybody just quiet. Corruption just running everywhere. So
okay.
Let me just let the others just make their input too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Tony Hosford, for that one. Let's not forget, I did mention that is according to Harrison Jala. So the NFF will definitely we hope to get a statement from the NFF as regards all these allegations. But those are his own, those figures were talked about by Harrison Jala, and those were his own figures. Well, the NFF should come out and should definitely, hopefully, we get to hear from them in subsequent or in future. But the phone lines are open for you to actually call in to get your thoughts on everything we have discussed so far on the show as regards the figures and the numbers being talked about. I mean, that is a lot of money. And let's not forget that we have the game between England and Switzerland on our screens. Based on what you've seen and what you're seeing so far, do you see the English national team actually going through? Do you see them winning this one as they are on the attack? And the ball into the 18-yard box from Bukayo Saka is cleared by the Swiss defense, and they are trying to see how they can build out from the back with Ruben Vargas, who wins the trophy by the corner flag in his own defensive side of things. 0817 0000951, 0817 0000951, and 0810 9510951, 0810 9510951. The SMS and WhatsApp portal is there as well, and the number is 0701 933 9962, 0701 933 9962. Hello, good afternoon. Good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
Name and location.
I'm Brian. I'm calling from Naudumodumaya.
Okay, Brian, please go ahead.
Nigeria, this thing will never be okay because since if they want to work it well, they want to do everything well, let them start. Because I see here in River State where someone use my foot and get to another person. They cannot walk.
Okay, Bright. Those are not confirmed. Just let's leave it to the. Let's leave it to football. Let's not delve into the politics now. Let's talk about football, please.
If we want our Nigerian football to be okay, when the headman fall down, I believe the little one can do nothing. So no issue for that one.
Okay, is that all, Bright?
Yes.
Okay,
no issue for that one.
Okay, thank you very much for your thoughts there, Bright. Do keep the calls coming in as we have a game between England and Switzerland on our screens. I mean, Ovie, we've been talking about England not being able to penetrate defenses or create clear-cut chances, but it looks like playing Bukayo Saka the way he's playing as a wing back is giving them a lot of space to actually attack and play in between those spaces that the Swiss defense is actually leaving, and just about creating something clear-cut nice, because he's been putting a lot of dangerous boxes into the balls, beg your pardon, into the box at this point in time.
Yeah, England have had the better chances so far. 3 shots at 2 by Mino and one by Mino and 1 by Rice, but they just had to be blocked. And you say that this person has been a certain thorn in their side, and that's Bukayo Saka, able to run through and free up Kane and Foden to be able to get those, they able to find those spaces in, and they were able to get the balls in for them to be able to find the goal. And the formation is working so far. Now it's just to get those chances, and Switzerland so far have been able to keep that pressure on and have been able to hold themselves, and possibly it could go into the final. Able to go into the final second of the first half, and maybe we'll see it go for them. But if England keep on finding that pressure, be able to find those spaces, I believe that they're able to get a goal.
Okay. Hello, good evening and welcome.
I call back for England.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes. For England, England nothing. They cannot see anything because they're from. They have been using everything fake. So that their fake cannot work, because France and the others will know how they use. But even for their league, everything is fake. So they cannot, nothing will come out for England.
Okay, thank you very much for that one. Yeah, well, I don't know what you speak about the English national team. Well, your thoughts? Well, before we do continue, we do get your thoughts as regards what we've discussed so far. Let's head over to the grassroots, as we do have the OPM International Football Competition. Okay, the OPM International Football Club has emerged champions of the OPM Scouting Program and Football Tournament after a 4-2 penalty shootout win over HLNJ FC, with regulation time ending 1-1. Now, the competition organized to scout players for European clubs had 82 teams in participation, with matches played in a knockout format at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium. Now, Opera Samuel opened scoring for OPM in the first half with an acrobatic finish that saw the team take the lead in a half they dominated proceedings. Now, HLNJ drew level from the spot in the second half after their player was adjudged by the referee to have been fouled in the box. The match went into penalties, with OPM goalkeeper saving one and one other missed by HLNJ, leading to a 4-2 shootout victory. Thereby, OPM won the 1 million naira prize money, while second place HLNJ pocketed 700,000 naira. And Ereme Jackson, who finished third, was 500,000 naira richer. Now, coach of the team, Ekwere Basil Norbert, couldn't hide his joy of emerging winner of the first edition, while also explaining why his team lost control of the match in the second half.
Judges, once you won any trophy or any tournament, you have to give glory to God and you are happy. So I am very, very happy this day that I'm able to win the first edition of this tournament. Tactically, when you are looking at an opponent team for their weakness, they are also looking at you to capitalize on what is going to be your weakness. I found out that I was playing more or less 3 holding midfielders in the first half. Then second half, I decided to change the pattern, and it affected me seriously. So that was just the issue. It was a tactical error that occurred. That was why they began to dominate, and I tried to change back, but they have already hold grip of the game.
Also, organizer and sponsor Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere, who emphasized that participation in the competition was totally free, while speaking to sports journalists, expressed joy over the successful hosting of the program, while hinting on the commencement of the next edition.
I'm excited. You can see 82 clubs from all over part of Nigeria. If they did that goalkeeper that came all the way from Cote d'Ivoire. So I put some cash listen for the first and second. And OPM was able to defeat the whole 82 teams and came out number one. Fortunately, it's God, simple God. So I am not a football fan. Right from when I'm small, I don't know how to play football. But I have fallen in love with this football from now. With what I've seen in this tournament, by September, by the grace of God, we'll still do another scouting. But now this scouting now is this. We want to select the best of the best. You see, let me tell you, some of these players you see can play more than Ronaldo. Some of them can play more than Okocha. But they've not been given the platform. There's no platform for them. They don't know anybody. So this one I decided to use from the offering and tithe and organize this. Both the registration for the tournament and everything is free. The scouting is there's nowhere that scouting is free. Go and investigate. You're watching me. All scouting they do, you pay registration fee. But this one, this is the first time we're having scouting that is 100%. You don't pay for registration, don't pay for anything. Just come and test your skill.
And yes, they do have the potential to play better than Ronaldo and JJ Okocha. We're also still speaking, was Abosu Chibuzo, who is also the general overseer of Omega Power Ministry, as he highlighted what makes the scouting program unique, which will address players failing trials abroad.
I have been organizing scouting, which I bring scouts from overseas, from Europe. They come. Let me tell you why this one is unique. Is this other scouting? This one I've been organizing, and the people have been organizing all over. Is this they come, pick players, talented players, then they take them for trials overseas. I have so many of them I've sent overseas for trials. Even some of them are here. Now, the disadvantage for trial is this. When you reach there, during the trial, if you did not perform well, you're coming back to Nigeria. All the tickets, flight tickets, everything wasted is gone. I have spent millions, when I mean hundreds of millions, to send so many players overseas. Some pass, some did not pass. So it's okay, how can we do this better? It's okay. The best way is this. Instead of doing the trials overseas, let us bring the club owners here. It was not easy. We'll bring them here. They do the trials in Nigeria. So no more going to trial abroad. You select the player, give the player contracts. So if the player is traveling already as a professional player. So from Nigeria here, a player that I've never played before becomes a professional player. So this is one said so. That's why I opened it up. Everybody come at us. And by the grace of God, so many have been selected.
Now, the final and closing ceremony had in attendance former Rivers United coach and chairman of Rivers State Coaches Association, Stanley Egoma, former Nigerian men's under-17 coach and chairman of Abia Warriors, John Obu, and one-time Super Eagles assistant coach and ex-Nigerian international, Emmanuel Amunike. Now, in the meantime, Nigerian football stakeholders have commended the general overseer of Omega Power Ministries, Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere, for organizing a football scouting program aimed at discovering local talents for professional careers. Now, the OPM football scouting program, which came to a climax on Friday at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium, had 82 teams in participation, with the best players selected for professional football careers in Europe without undergoing any form of trials. Now, speaking at the final one by OPM International FC, former Super Eagles assistant coach and former head coach of Tanzanian men's national team, Emmanuel Amunike, highlighted the importance of such program to grassroots football development.
Myself, I'm a product of grassroots football, and after playing for so many years and then having this opportunity or privilege to watch the young ones playing, for me is an honor, and I will always cherish this moment. I will always encourage the young ones, because not only just playing football, I can tell you today, I think we have been here almost going to 4 hours. And you can look at the numbers of crime rate that have reduced at this kind of event. So I think the important thing is, we encourage our father, for having the guts to do this. Not everyone, you can see, that have that charisma or that kind of ambition, to encourage the young ones. But I think he has done so well, and he has done very, very well. And we say a very big congratulations to him.
Also speaking was Abia Warriors chairman and former Golden Eagles coach John Obu, as he was pleased with the quality of players churned out from the competition.
What I'm seeing now is better than what I've been seeing. It is not the first time I've attended to this kind of program, and more especially organized by OPM. And you know that I believe those first ones were just used to really understand what the system is talking about, recruitment of players living here to abroad. From the ones I've seen before, this one looks more realistic, and I want to believe that we have gotten to the end of the tunnel, at least to be able to benefit from the investment. Well, if you see what they are playing, I was asking my colleague, I said, I hope I'm being permitted to also get a good player from here. But that must be after the choice of the reason why we are here. I'm seeing a very good team, seeing a very good performance, and I believe that whoever that is being selected in this particular program that I've seen, I'm sure the person will actually make it.
Also, immediate past Rivers United coach Stanley Eguma was full of commendation for the sponsors of the competition.
It is wonderful. It is fantastic. I think I've been part and parcel of this tournament right from the onset, trying to organize it. Because right from the onset, I welcomed the idea when our father, the Royal Majesty, brought this idea. We all welcomed it and encouraged him. Out of nothing, he's doing it just for charity. I want to give him kudos. And I also want to thank the organizers of this competition, especially my brother, Mr. Manuel Emenago, who have been here, who is the masterminder of all this, everything here, and the scouts who have come all the way from Europe, another part of the world, to help us, give these young lads, way in their career. It's a team of commendation to the Royal Majesty, adding football, which of course one would say is a curriculum activity, to the work of God, which has been known for as a man of God. It is not easy. I want to commend this effort, coming low to look at the suffering of the youths, the young ones in the road, on the streets, bringing them out from the streets and then giving them opportunity like this. It's a thing that is commendable. Some of them, most of them are happy today that, yes, they are beginning to see light from the dark tunnel in their life.
Well, the competition had president of Lithuania club Dembava FK, the sporting director Emmanuel Emenogo, and youth director of Russian side CSK in Moscow to scout and sign the players. Well, let's not forget that the phone lines are open for you to actually call in and give your talk or give your take on what we've actually discussed on the show so far this afternoon as regards Harrison Jala's own reports or monies he has told that the NFF has received, and the fact that he's disappointed that we're still looking at the foreign technical advisor, that it's a big failure on the part of the NFF that we are still doing so. And also the game between Switzerland and England, which is currently on our screens. That game is in the 41st minute and it's still goalless at this point in time. 0817-0000-951, 0817-0000-951, and 0810-9510-951, 0810-9510-951. Hello, caller, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Tony Houseful.
Yeah, sir.
Go ahead.
Do you know that you don't need to be, a doctor to get, a befitting hospital. Yes, a medical facility. You just.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, go ahead, Tony. We can hear you.
Yes, let me from the Romaji. I'll come back. Now, look at during Obasanjo regime. Obasanjo was not an economist, but he got Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who did very well. If you remember, she made the Paris Club to write off $18 billion on Nigeria because of our ingenuity. Now look, what about Professor this woman? I've forgotten her name. I remember. So, but you get to put them in specific areas, monitor them. You wasn't bringing a spokesman to manage that industry. It wasn't be. It's just a nonchalant attitude, and unpatriotism. That is what I see in the whole setup. Nothing else. Nothing. There's no place in Ethiopia that I cannot manage. It's not a rocket science. It's doable. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your thoughts, dear Tony Hosford. Do well to keep the calls coming in. 0817-0000951 and 0810-9510951. We do have the SMS and WhatsApp also, which is 0701-933-9962, 0701-933-9962. Now, Gift, if I had your eyes on that game between England and Switzerland, what has been playing out so far as the game been going? Who looks more likely to score or take the lead as things stand in that game over there in Euro 2024?
It's England, actually. England is pressing real hard, and Bukayo Saka is doing real good. He can, he's doing real good in this game, actually. And maybe I'll just try and see if England might, that like currently now, they just miss a spot, like they missed a chance of scoring, actually. So England is pressing real hard to see how they can get this one.
Okay, now we are coming over to you now. You look at this game and you're like, okay, there's been changes, but still no Cole Palmer, no room for a Cole Palmer in this side. We saw how it was when he came on against Slovakia. We saw how it was when he came on against Slovenia in the last group game. I mean, you look at this team and you're like, shouldn't it be a situation whereby this man is actually given the chance? Maybe one of Bellingham or Foden actually gets to drop to the bench?
Looking at how Foden and Bellingham are split, maybe if you were going to drop one of them, maybe to be Bellingham, you will drop. But Bellingham doesn't. I tried this game. I haven't seen much of Bellingham. He hasn't really shown his presence as much as a Cole Palmer who wants to hold the ball and look for chances and create chances. But then again, that is not what Jude Bellingham is tasked to do here. So bringing in another player that will come and hold the ball as Cole Palmer to come and bring the ball, I don't think he will want to do that. And then again, Phil Foden too is almost the same player with Cole Palmer, but it's just that's not what he has been tasked to do. Maybe into the second half, they can bring something like that. And Phil Foden has been fantastic throughout this whole tournament. I think he has really shown himself. Now they are done with the first half. You can see them walking into the tunnel. We hope maybe during the second half we see some changes. Maybe that's when they will bring Palmer. But the way Gary Southgate plays him, maybe during the ending of 70th minute, we will say Palmer to come and try and do his magic. But then again, you don't need someone that can hold the ball like him. We need people that are able to find and run into those spaces. We already have people like Mainu, they're holding the ball, Rice holding the ball, and Saka. Those are the people that they've been tasked to be able to hold the ball and create those chances. So I think maybe if this person will to come, maybe you will bring in a Saka for a Palmer.
And young chicks, England are going into this game or going to halftime goalless, drawing, and you have to say putting up a commendable performance. You have to say good job, Gareth Southgate. It's not gone as people had expected, because a lot of people are actually expecting Switzerland, especially Switzerland against Italy and Germany, to actually knock out this English side because of the way they've played so far. So you have to say, or do you say kudos to Gareth Southgate for the way he has set up his team today and how well they've played so far?
The first time, okay. You can't actually begin to put much praises here. Maybe I will give him his flower for doing the tweak, but these are almost the same personnel apart from, I think the same personnel. Yeah, the same personnel from the group stage. And then the third leg, we saw some changes, and another was dropped. So for Koemainu, and that's the changes have been remained that way till this point in time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to begin to commend the man for doing his job, but that's a smart move from Gareth Southgate. But I think both sides have been quiet enough. They have been relaxed. They don't want to go out or go on blazing. Switzerland have their own fair share of chances created. Their Vargas and Mbolo have done their own bid. Ndoye with his speed and his strength. You can't actually forget that the likes of Mbolo and Ndoye, they have the strength of an African player, so they can actually run at the defense line of English in the England national team. So I'm not scared, or I'm not actually looking at anything forward or expecting anything magical from Southgate. I think this has been the template he has set throughout this Euros tournament, and yeah, it has been going well for him. They have not been scoring much goals. They have not been conceding much goals. Like the French national team, they haven't scored a goal from open play. So it's just the play. It has been. These are the things that has been working. And
they have scored a goal from open play.
I'm not saying I'm saying much goals. I'm not saying I'm not comparing them with France. I said much goals. So the game against Denmark was a goal they scored. Against Slovenia, I think they scored one goal. Yes, they scored one goal against. Oh, that was a good. Let's draw. I think I'm missing out some
against Denmark.
against Denmark, it was goalless draw. So I think
Denmark was 1-0.
Yeah, Hurricane. Then the overhead kick was in the quarterfinals against them. Round of 16, sorry, against Slovenia. So these are players that under good days they can play well. They can actually convert these big chances. They can create chances from a dead end. I'm not actually. Southgate will actually have his own flaws, but Hurricane is the monster of a player. That's why I would say sometimes big names actually affect the cycles of the other opposition players. Yeah, you look at Ronaldo in the pitch of play. He might be the old slow finish Ronaldo per se, in the words of many fans, but the defenders like the likes of Saliba, Van Dijk won't actually want to think that way because they have seen him over a period of time and he has been that consistent player that can score goals from anywhere. So coming to the English national team, Switzerland knows the threat of what England brings to the table when we talk about attacking. You have Saka, you have the AJ Bellingham, Foden and Hurricane. In the defense, in the midfield row, Kobe Mino any day, anytime will smoothly, seamlessly enter into an upcoming team that ready to build with talent, and the partnership with Rice, fantastic player from the days of West Ham now to his days in Arsenal. So I think the big names are actually trying to beat and make themselves count, make their names count right now. And I think going forward, it's just a little tweak, bringing some players that actually affect the games from like Ronald, like Ovia said, you don't need too much passes of the ball now. It's possession without penetration is tantamount to nothing. So we need people that can actually run with the ball. The likes of Gordon, the likes of Watkins, they are not afraid to take on players. So if you bring in places like Gordons and maybe Watkins, yeah, Palmer will have his own time. It's not to force the player down because of what he did in this club side. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not saying that Palmer is not good and it can't affect the game, but what the game will train right now is a player that will take on players that is not afraid to take on players because Switzerland is sitting deep. Yeah, Palmer can actually give you those slicky passes that will affect the game, change the players. But if you want to just go on passes and passes and passes, there are some times you need to draw the fouls. I think if you get these players to draw the fouls, it also help the chances of England qualifying for the semi-finals.
Okay, let's head over to the phone lines to get to hear from you as we are getting ready to run out of the studio at this point in time. 0817 0000951, 0817 0000951 and 0810 951 0951, 0810 9510951. We also have the SMS and WhatsApp portal, which is 0701 933 9962, 0701 933 9962. What do you make of the English national team and their match against the Swiss national team over there in Euro 2024? Those of you who had prior opinions towards the start of the game, have your opinions changed as that game has reached the half-time mark at this point in time? England currently playing out a goalless draw with Switzerland. Do you see the English national team moving forward with the way they've played, or do you see the Swiss national team actually, getting one over them like most people did, or some people did expect going into this match? Okay, I come over to you while we do wait for the calls. What does Switzerland need to do differently like that compared to their previous games, or what do they need to do differently today? Because we look at their previous games and they were one of the sides we're actually very much impressed with, but it's not really worked out for them today. What do they need to do differently? What needs to change from Muret Yakin?
I would say they need to be aggressive. They are not as aggressive as they were during their other games. Well, I'll say maybe you still want to look at the England quality and say, okay, they might still push a trade no matter how bad they've been playing. They are always a threat when you look at the names on the papers. You have stars, not just stars, top stars inside their clubs. Everyone they can go to any team and start at almost any side they go to. So maybe you want to compare that to the quality of Switzerland, and you look at the way Switzerland have been playing. You say Switzerland have been the more aggressive side throughout their whole play in the tournament. But England, they've been changing, trying to find out what is working for them, what will work for them. And Switzerland already have a way they will play, and I feel that they should go back to do what they've been doing before, how they've been playing throughout this whole tournament, be more aggressive against the England side. And you look at they've not had that much shots, only one shot they've had. They're just trying to sit back and hit on the counters, and it's not working because anytime they try to do that, they have a Kyle Walker they have to come up against, and the rest they have to come up against. So it's not working. They should be more aggressive if they are going to get a goal from the England side.
Okay, 0817-0000951 and 0810-9510951 and 0701-933-9962. That's the SMS and WhatsApp portal, 0701-933-9962. Okay, we do have to go on a quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. Today's Sports Live will make a quick return. See if we can take 1 or 2 calls before we run out to studio, and we will be back. So let's go on this quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. Hey guys, have you noticed that Kilimanjaro Restaurant has opened another outlet in Port Harcourt? You want to know where it is? I'll tell you. It's at NTA Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction, Mbova, Port Harcourt. Yes, you heard it right. It's at NTA Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction, Mbova, Port Harcourt. And yeah, I noticed this some days ago while driving and dropped by to have a quick meal, and trust me, it was fantastic and delicious. I can say for sure that Kilimanjaro Restaurant is the place to be for quality, tasty, and delicious meals any time of the day. By the way, the new Kilimanjaro Restaurant along NTA Road is their 21st restaurant in the state. Yes, can you believe it? 21 restaurants. I mean, 21 locations. That's really awesome. Now, talking about awesome things are happening at the new Kilimanjaro restaurant along NTA Road this weekend. I mean, on Saturday and Sunday, there will be lots of fun activities for both kids and adults, including music, face painting games like Jenga, card games, puzzles, dart games, and even a Wheel of Fortune where you can spin and win amazing gifts on the spot. I mean, who wouldn't want to win amazing gifts and prizes? Now, yes, you heard that right. You can win fantastic prizes when you visit the new Kilimanjaro restaurant at NTA Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction, Mboba, Port Harcourt this weekend. So if you're looking for your mouth-watering and delicious jollof rice, fried rice, or Chinese rice with chicken or turkey, yummy fried yam and egg sauce, swallow with different tasty varieties of soups, burger, fries, pies, and many more, with the opportunity for fun and amazing gifts this weekend, Kilimanjaro Restaurant is where your adventure begins. Now, trust me, it's going to be a blast. Don't forget, Kilimanjaro is now live in NTA Road beside GT Bank by Location Junction, Mboba, Port Harcourt. Now, come to Kilimanjaro, the taste of Africa. Okay, this is still Today Sports Live on your premium talk news and sports radio station, Today95.1 FM. We are getting ready to run out of the studio. But guys, quickly, within 30 seconds, both of you, Ovie and Chooks, what changes need to happen from both sides?
For me, I said it before, Switzerland doesn't need to be more aggressive. For the England side, Hurricane, I've already seen much of Hurricane. He has been silent. Maybe what Chooks will say, maybe try and bring in Watkins for me.
And Chooks?
Very simple. Bring it on us. I just said it. Just bring it on us. We don't want someone that will dazzle with the ball on his feet. We need someone that can take in players and maybe draw this fast for England to have an opportunity to win this game.
Okay, well, we wait to see what the second half actually has for us, but we will not be here, sadly, to actually give you coverage of that one. England currently playing out a goalless draw with Switzerland over there in Euro 2024. Who gets to join Spain and France in the semi-finals of the competition? Let's not forget that Portugal are out as they did lose to France on penalty kicks 5-3 yesterday after playing out a goalless draw after extra time, while Spain defeated Germany by 2-1 after extra time. Mikel Merino, the hero, after Dani Olmo had put Spain ahead with Florian Wirtz equalizing for the German side. So, I mean, that's how it is. And tonight we'll also have Turkey take on Netherlands. Yes, the Netherlands will actually take on Turkey by 8 p.m. for the last slot as regards the semi-finals in Euro 2024. And that's much you can take on show this evening. It's been fun and exciting hanging out with you. Sports Crew make a quick return or make a return tomorrow by 1 p.m. for another marathon edition of today's Sports Live from 1 to 6 p.m. My name is Harry Ogugu. I did the show with Young Chuks Chukwuzite, Gift Ejiogu, and also Ovie Wallace. And Amaka is here to read the news. On that note, I say stay safe, stay blessed, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.